Good morning. You know when you see a swan swimming along the river like that, it's really lovely and smooth and everything like that, but underneath his legs are going like that. It's a bit like that here today. I'm kind of a little bit, anything could happen today, but welcome to Sewn Quarter. You are very, very, very welcome to this fresh spring makes day. I've got a lovely day lined up for you today. I've got a menu. Have a look at the menu. There we go, fresh spring makes. Oh, Odicoat, it's back. I don't know why they called it Odicoat Prints. Odicoat is back. If you've not seen that, you're going to want it. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Then at 9 o'clock, we've got Victoria doing Home Decor. Then at 10 o'clock, we've got Laundry Room Luxuries. That's with, what's she called? That one, that little one with blonde hair. Reid, that's it. She's coming in to do that. And then at 11 o'clock, we've got Pretty Picnic Bag again with Victoria. Now, there was something, when I was reading that, I was thinking there's something really important I've got to tell them. Oh, and I can't remember what it was. Look, Michael, there's no screens. Anyway, what was I going to tell you? There's so many things to tell you. I'm getting confused now. Right, we want you to get in touch. Let's do that first of all. We want you to get in touch. The best way to get in touch is on the web chat. So what you need to do is go to the website, www.sewingquarter.com. There you go. There's the website. And then what you do, you can see there, you press on Watch Today's Show. You'll get a bigger screen there. And then what you do is you just scroll down the page. And you see the little box there that says Message Studio. Just write your message in there and press Send the Message. Go straight through to producer Hannah upstairs. While we're on that screen, you can see where it says Products from Today's Show. They're all from yesterday. They're all the things from yesterday. In a minute, they will all disappear. And then as we play things today, we will, you'll be able to see all of today's items. You can just click on them and pop them in your basket. Talk about popping them in your basket. If you just scrolled, we didn't do Rick Rack yesterday, did we? Anyway, scroll that back up to the top of the screen then. On the right-hand side next to the screen, it says Add to Basket. You can, when we're live on air, you can literally click on that Add to Basket, put it in your basket, but please, please, please make sure you check out. I do give you updates on how we're doing, but I hate it. If people get, I haven't finished yet. If people get, you've completely thrown me now. I'm never so sorry. I said it was going to be one of those days, didn't I? No, I tell you what I was trying to say was yesterday we had people missing out. We had people missing out. I'm ever so sorry. It's one of those mornings. I did warn you. We had people missing out. So if I say to you, check out your baskets, it's not because I'm adding any undue pressure or anything like that. It's because I don't want you to be disappointed. Yesterday, we had disappointed people because people came to check out their baskets later on in the day. And what it is we never take anything out of your basket. We never... But if 10 of you got it in your basket and there's only 5 left, 5 of you will be disappointed. That's the way it works. So just put it in your basket does not guarantee you've got it. And you'll find that today. A lot of that will happen today. Also... only one P&P. We only charge one post and packaging the whole day. So if you check out at 8 o'clock in the morning, you can then check out again at 4 o'clock in the afternoon with something else you might see that you like when you're watching on the repeat or whatever. And you only pay the one post and packaging. Simple as that. Simple as that. Right, there was something... Oh, I've now got my tablet. So when you send me a message, Hannah can send them down to me on the web chat. Hannah can send them down to me and I can read them on my tablet there. Because I know a lot of you didn't like me going... like that when I was getting a message. And we've had a card in today that says, Dear Natasha and Mr. Shouty Man John. Hello, that's nice, isn't it? Add to all my worries today, that will. Anyway, let's get on with this, because this is the first time I've ever had this. This is the first time I've ever had this one. Odicoat fabric coating gel. Now, last time this was on, in fact, it's been on twice, I think. Natasha's had it, and little Paul, right? Hannah took it home and did one of her little bags at home. It is a coating gel that waterproofs. It waterproofs your fabric. You can, any cotton fabric it works on. Now, my next door neighbour, Chris, from the Chipping Camden Lady Quilters Society, when she saw this on air with Natasha the first time, she said, oh, get me some of that, John. I haven't been able to get her any because it's been out of stock. It's back in stock now. It's back in stock today. Now, I will take you through it all in a second, and I'll show you how to do it. But let me just show you. You see this here? This has got 3 coats on it. You see, 3 coats, and it's waterproofed. It's waterproof. I'll prove how waterproofed it is later on. We love it now. Now, can I just tell you, this here We have used this on well, first of all, Hannah took it home and she did her at home. We did the last show with Natasha, or the last 2 shows with Natasha and Paul. And yesterday, we were practicing and doing some practice runs and everything, and there's still lots left. $14.95. We have wanted to get it back in for ages. You have been asking us to get it back in for ages. It's here. Make sure you buy it at £14.95. Now, what I'll do is I'll come back in a minute. I'll show you how it works and things like that. I'll take it with me, but I've got some fabrics to show you as well today. Some really, really lovely fabrics that you could make different little projects out of. So I'll keep it here. There's two pieces with... oh, you can see it. There we go. Right, so would you like to look at some fabrics? Where shall we start? Tanya Whelan yellows. Right, these are lovely, aren't they? And they're not bundles. These are just fabrics that you can buy in the ½ metre, but we do love them. This is called the Paisley. This is called Paisley. Now, that's a metre, so that's 2 units there you're seeing there. I love this fabric. I absolutely love this fabric. Tanya Whelan Paisley fabric. Now, they're calling it Paisley, but what it is to me, they look like love hearts made of strawberries. Some of them are Paisley shaped, aren't they? But I just think it's the most exquisite fabric. Exquisite fabric. Yeah, that's what he's doing. £6.95 for ½ metre. Look at the colours in there. Look at the fabrics in there. Really, really beautiful, aren't they? Tanya Whelan is now... I know we're going to be talking about wash bags a lot today because that's what the Odicoat is absolutely brilliant. The Odicoat fabric coating is absolutely brilliant. But imagine having a lovely... You see, the thing is, if you've got a makeup bag, you could have a wash bag, you could make everything. The little purses that Joe showed you the other day, you can make all of them waterproof, like water. It's brilliant. I'll go through it for you in a minute. Anyway, that is the Tanya Whelan in the yellow Paisley. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Right, now, also in the Tanya Whelan range, we have the ticking. Now, this is lovely. I love ticking fabric. It's kind of a luxury version of ticking, isn't it, this one? There. It's like ribbons have been... The pattern is going down the fabric. £6.95 for ½ metre. Again, you've got that lovely ditzy floral print going on down the middle of the ribbon. You've got the little... Do they look like strawberries on there? I think they match in nicely. Oh, no, they look like little tulips, little flowers, just running down the ribbon there. And again, really, really gorgeous cotton. Tanya Whelan garden ticking fabric from the Lola range in yellow. Now, I must warn you, that yellow is more of it's got a bit of lime. It's got a bit of lime. It's not a bright sunshine yellow. It's got a little bit of lime mixed in it. Just so if you're looking for some... Well, I can show you, look, because this is yellow. Excuse me, that's yellow. Do you see what I mean? So you can see the stripe in there. It's just... Oh, now on the telly, it's looking almost the same. In real life, this is slightly more green than this. Anyway, so this is the lemon fabric that's on the screen now. It's lovely. You know the Macau Spectrum Solids. They're just such good quality fabric, aren't they? Really, really lovely fabrics. This brilliant for your stash. It's £3.25 for ½ metre. And that is a lovely, lovely... That's lemon, and that's lemon. That is exactly what it is. Lemon. Okay. John, I'm loving seeing you on Sewing Quarter, says Deb. Feeding my fabric obsession. Love from Deb on the web. From your previous life. Oh, no! Also known as, and then it cuts... it cuts out. Deb, will you just send me who you are? Because I love it. I love your message. Thank you. Love from Deb on the web from your previous life, also known as... And then it's cut out, and I don't know who it is. Anyway, Deb, send me a message. Send me a message. Thank you, though, very much indeed. Oh, hang on. Sue from Greater London. Morning, John. It's been a while since I've been able to tune in, so looking forward to today's shows. Sue. I won't say your last name, Sue. Sue from Greater London. Thank you, Sue. Oh, and have we got one from Son? Oh, have a look at this one while we're just waiting for Son to arrive. Look, isn't that lovely? Really gorgeous colour. That's mint, that one. That one is called mint. Just waiting for your message to come through, son. Nothing's arrived yet. At £3.25 for half a metre, this one. Lovely, fresh green mint. Oh, there's Son. Good morning, John. What a fantastic show yesterday. Well, what's wrong with today's? So impressed with threads, so many ideas. Oh, was brilliant, wasn't it? Had to watch on YouTube, our Son. Where are you from? So, West Midlands. P.S. I was serving drinks to the wily walkers at church so I could not watch live. Was it Sunday yesterday? No. Not that you have to go to church on a Sunday. The wily walkers. What are they? Must be a walking. Yeah, it must be near me because it's West Midlands. Tell me where you are, Son. I won't read it out. Don't worry, I won't read it out. Oh, Son, you're making my voice go. So there are those three. Then I've got some more. Oh, got some message about the Odicoat now. Oh, okay. Oh, I say, right. Oh, you can tell which one's Jay's ironed and which one's I've ironed, can't you? I love this. Now, I just need to tell you that this fabric, the pattern, you'd imagine the pattern to go upwards and downwards and side to side. It's not. The pattern is actually on the bias, if you see what I mean. Hello, Patricia, my love. I'm hoping to make some accessories, handlebar bag, seat cover for my bag. Oh, yes, going to use the Odicoat and the Tanya fabric. What a brilliant idea. That's Trisha. Thank you, Trisha. That is a brilliant idea. Now, you see, because producer Hannah, is going to Cuba next week? Next week on a cycling holiday. And it's going to rain every day, isn't it? So she should really... Maybe you could do your cycling shorts, Hannah. Oh, I didn't know that. Right, you make a cover for your bike seat. You don't ride with it. It's on your basket in the front. Then when you get off to go to the shops or to go for refreshment or powder your nose or something, you put the cover on the seat. If it rains, which, did you see the weather yesterday? What happened yesterday and the day before? Snow, rain, brilliant sunshine. It was all going on. Oh, I just looked into the light then. I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, if it rains, you can take the cover off and you don't have to sit on a wet bike seat because there was nothing worse, was there? Anyway, this is lovely. Tanya Whelan. This is crisscross fabric in blue, this one. It does come in another colour, but we've just got the blue one today. £6.95. Do you know what would be good as well? I'm just thinking now. If you've got a basket on the front of your bike, you could make one of the, the covers that have like an envelope opening. It's usually just a lovely cotton or something. You cover that in Odicoat as well, and then that's automatically waterproof as well, isn't it? Full of ideas this morning, aren't we? Thank you. Hello, Lorraine. Oh, whereabouts? Peterborough. Oh, Lorraine says I can go to Peterborough for tea and cake anytime. Oh, that'd be lovely, thank you. I've been meaning to go to Peterborough to see my friends because my friend Denise works at, and my friend Sheila work at Ideal World, you see, and we could go and see them at the same time, couldn't we? Right, this is nice. This is the ticking bit in the other colourway, this one. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that just beautiful? Do you know what? Jay's not on the ball today, is he? £6.95. Tanya Whelan, garden ticking fabric in blue from the Lola range. Now, again, they're calling this blue, but I'll just put a blue next to it, and you'll see that it's more of a turquoise. Hang on, let me get to put a blue. I'm going to just put a blue next to it. See, that's blue, so you see that's more of a turquoise. £6.95 for half a metre. It's beautiful fabric, though. You know what? This ticking fabric look lovely for all those things we just said about, when you're on your bike or shop. Even if you live in the countryside and you've got one of those wicker baskets, like to the manor born when she goes to the shops, the village shop, and she takes her wicker basket, and you have a lovely, or a gathered cover with inside it. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Like that. Oh, just to warn you, there's lots and lots and lots of people coming in getting the Odicoat. I haven't even shown you how to do it yet. I was going to get Jay to help me, but he's not on the ball today. Just not on the ball at all. No, not the right day for him. Don't you stand there with your hands on your hips looking like a teapot, Jay. Shall we move on to the next one? He's doing this. No, don't show him. He looks even rougher today than he did yesterday. Mind you, I think that could be why. I was giving him a lift home yesterday, and he was in the back of the car. On the going home, Hannah sits in the front, coming in the morning. Hannah sits in the back, right? And producer Hannah, that is, and Floor Jay. Anyway, yesterday, he's on his phone quietly talking like this on his phone in the back of the car. And I'm like, who's he talking to? And I heard my name mentioned. And then he went, stop the car! I was like, what? Pulled the brakes on, thought he was ill. His fiancée was waiting at the bus stop. Now, when we look, there were two girls. He said, that's my girlfriend, that's my fiancée at the bus stop, right? There was a girl with bright pinky reddy hair, and there was a girl with hair this colour. We still don't know which one it is. We're confused. Anyway, this is lovely. This is sherbet, I think this one's called, isn't it? This is called sherbet, really beautiful coloured sherbet. No, not coloured sherbet. Yeah, really beautiful colour sherbet. Thank you, Jay. Which one was it then? The pink-haired one or the... It's red. Like crimson red. Not natural red, is it? Oh, Jay. Going out with a punk rocker. £3.25. Anyway, he just jumped out the car. He was stressing. No, I'll take that back. Jay doesn't stress, right? But he was stressing about getting to his appointment on time. He had an appointment at, what time was it? past. And it was like 27 minutes past. Suddenly, when the girlfriend's there, the appointment doesn't matter. He has to jump out the car. He was gone. Gone like that. Anyway, this is sherbet. Well, he wasn't, no. £3.25 for half a metre. This is lovely, isn't it? Really, I love that colour. It's kind of, it matches that lovely... In fact, do you know what? That's the colour, look, of the Tanya Whelan. You remember the ticking Tanya Whelan I showed you before? That's a perfect match, look. That looks gorgeous. Oh, hello, Deb. I know which Deb it is now. She works at one, can I say that? Yes, I can. She works at Jewellery Maker. Jewellery Maker. It's our sister channel. Have you noticed Derek with the upside down ears has been on as well? I don't know, Deb. What are you doing up this early in the morning? She's normally drunk, Deb, this time in the morning. Anyway, she's got an idea, has she, for me? Oh, tell Hannah, producer Hannah, tell Hannah, as well as making a cycle seat cover and pannier basket, she should also make an Odicoat Tanya Whelan circle poncho. What a brilliant idea. Keep it dry, and then there's another word that starts with W after keep her dry. I presume it's when it rains, or waterproof. Anyway, thank you, Patricia. Do you know, I might make that for her. If I've got time, I might make that for her. She's halfway through it. I know what you could do is you could waterproof your kimono. She's made a kimono. You know the kimono that Jennifer Mills made the other day? She's halfway through making that. Right, I'm getting very confused. Right, that goes with that. No, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. That and that. So I've got baby pink. I've got a baby pink to show you yet. Sorry, I will get on, and we'll get on with the Odicoat in a second. I just want you to see all these fabrics. This is baby pink. Right, we'll go back to the Odicoat in a second, and then we'll go through the other fabrics in a second. Yeah, okay. No, because there's one, the one's gone missing off my next pile. I think... Oh, that was secret. I didn't see it go. Right, okay, that's the baby pink. Right, let's go back to the Odicoat, because loads of you coming in and asking about the Odicoat. Now, don't send me a message while I'm over here, because I can't read it when I'm over here. So, what you can do is any cotton fabric, like the Tanya Whelan ticking, right? Like the Tanya Whelan ticking, you can just coat it. Now, if you go to YouTube, you can watch many films on how to do this. They put it on with well, it looks like a credit card or a store card. But what they do is they pile loads on, and then they scrape it all off. I've worked out a much better way of doing it. But I'll show you in a second, right? So this is our batik. This is our batik fabric that we sell, and this is the one that Tasha did in her show. And you literally, this has got 3 covers on it. This has got 3 layers on. What you have to do, shall I do one? Shall I do one? Oh, actually, what I'll do, I'll show you this. Now, this is an experiment that Rebecca and I did yesterday. It might not actually register on TV, but this is the... Oh, Jay, could you just pass me the Spot and Stars fabric over, please? Sorry. Thank you. This is the fabric that I'm bringing up later. Thank you. It's called cross fabric. So, it's lovely. I love this fabric. This is it with no treatment on it at all, just as the way it comes. Really, really lovely cotton. Oh, there it is. It's £5.45 for half a metre, right? So that's it, just au naturel, as it were. Then this is it with one coat on? I think you can hear. Can you hear it? You can see it, can't you? That's just with one coat on, right? Then we did one with one coat. It still moves. It doesn't. You can't drape it. Your poncho might be a bit stiff, Hannah, with this, but you won't be able to drape it. But it still moves and everything. Then I could better put my glasses on, pick the right one up. This is two coats. This is two coats. And you can see it's just a little bit more. Do you know what? Do you know what it's a bit like? I think Hannah did it with Natasha. I wasn't in the day. We had this fabric that had like crocodiles and alligators. It's what? Oh, it feels a bit like that. Anyway, that's two coats. And then this is three coats. I've just had a brilliant idea. You know, we're always talking about al-fresco dining, and we're doing it today because we're doing a picnic basket today, aren't we? If my friend Barbie, she loves a plasticized table cover for outside. And she buys it from a very well-known shop on the high street. And you buy it by the metre and everything, and it costs her a fortune. You could get your own favourite, like that ticking fabric, and do a whole sheet of it, and it could be your tablecloth for outside for the summer. Because it's complete, look at that. That is three coats. That one is three coats. You can see how much sturdier the fabric is. Oh no, you can still stitch in it, because what they're saying is, do it before you make your project. But we've got something else to tell you later on. I'll tell you something else later on. It's very, very easy. Now, as I said, this is the only one. Oh, now is my microphone going to be all right? I'm only going to keep it on for a little while. They made me wear this. This is not me through choice. Right. So what you need to do, now you get ready. This is like a Blue Peter moment, this one. Protect your table. Normally I'd put something more out than this, but I'd make it plasticized. I wouldn't do it on paper or something like that. I'd do it on something that was plastic, right? What you do is you just get your piece of fabric, place it down on the plastic cover. Then this is your Odicoat. That comes with a safety. I'm not going to throw. Should have practiced. Rebecca had this. There we go. So this pot has been used over and over and over again. It's filled up. When you get yours will be full, obviously. We've just been using it lots and lots of times. Then this is just Simon's paintbrush that he brought in from home. Simon, I don't know what his title is, but he's important, right? And literally, all you do is you just paint it on like that. Really, really, really easy. Now, if you're going to do a lot, I'd do it with a rubber glove on. Oh, this is where you could do with your rotating, what's it, mat? No, you wouldn't ruin your mat, but you could put it, if you put it on with your plastic on like this, you're fine. So that is what we call one layer, right? Now, this is why I'm saying wear your rubber gloves, because you get a little bit on your fingers. You see here, you get a little. And I know, and as all day yesterday, people must have thought I was poorly when I went shopping afterwards, because it looks like you've got layers of skin falling off your fingers. And that's it. That's it. You need to leave it for an hour before you put the next coat on. So if you're going to put a second coat on, now, it doesn't say on the, let me just have a look here, because Hannah, when she did hers, protect the wet surface, work on use crisscross pattern. Yeah, deep dry 2 hours, dry to touch 1 hour. For best results, apply second and subsequent layers when dry to touch. For use with small tablecloths, 3 layers are recommended. When the product is dry, the fabric can be cut, sewn, or cleaned with a sponge. Okay, she made hers out of, she made a makeup bag out of cotton from here and just used 1 layer. But she also made a tote bag and covered that fabric with 1 layer just because she liked the finish. She likes that texture. So the tote bag she didn't do it for the tote bag to make it waterproof exactly. But that's only 1 coat. That's 1 coat. So what you've just seen me do, that's that. That is what that comes from. Now, Hannah's saying, it doesn't say on here, and Hannah sped hers up, because she's a bit patient like that, and she used a hairdryer. But she didn't put a coat on top of that, so she doesn't know. So you could speed it up with a hairdryer, but it doesn't actually say that on the packet. And if you are doing it, don't do it in an enclosed space. Have it, because it's got a fume to it, that's all. So easy to use. Oh, okay, question from Sonia. Oh, hang on, does it soak through it all? Yeah, now, if you've already made it with Insulbrae, I wouldn't then put it on. I'd make it first on you, because yes, it does go right the way through. Look, because look at the back of one coat. Now, what we're saying is, cover your fabric, then you make from it. But Rebecca's also taken 2 projects that she's already made and painted them with it to show you can do it that way as well. But what they suggest you do is you make it once, because look, can you see the shine on there? It goes right through. It does go right through the fabric, look. And that's just 1 layer. Let me look at the back of 3 layers. Yeah. Oh, do you know what, Lorraine? That's a good idea. Making children swimming bags out of their favourite fabrics. Right, this is the 3. Oh, yeah, this one here. This one here. This is a 3-layered. That's got 3 layers on it. In fact, I'll do the Blue Peter test now. Watch this, right? I was going to do this later, but I'll do it now. I can always do it again, can't I? Right, I've got a tub of water here. Should have kept the apron on, really, shouldn't I? And now, are you going to see this going in? Or is it too far away? Oh, that's the table. Anyway, look, I'm dunking it in an absolute tub of water, right? And look, the water's just dripping off. The water just drips off. If I could do this, look. We used to do this on this morning with makeup, waterproof makeup, and we used to shove the model's face in a bucket of water like that. Look, it's brilliant, isn't it? You can see the droplets of water, but they're not seeping in. They will drop off. Obviously, you then need to dry it. I've got a little towel. Now, that was my next tip, right? If you didn't want the outside of the bag to be crinkly, and you just wanted the waterproofness, I don't know if this one's lined. Oh, yeah, look. You could just line the lining fabric. You could cover that with the Odicoat, couldn't you? That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Yeah, oh, who's that from? Oh, okay, producer Hannah's mum, I nearly called her producer Tanya then. Producer Hannah's mum goes swimming. So when she gets out the swimming pool, she has nowhere to put her swimming costume, you see. So what she puts in a carrier bag. But what you could do is you could make a little tote bag and line the middle section like a pocket with the fabric with the Odicoat on, right? And you could put your swimming costume in there. In my gym, they have a machine that you put your swimming costume in, it spins it dry. Go to the beach, fabulous beach bag, fabulous for a beach bag. Also, the sand's not going to stick on the fabric, is it? The sand's just going to fall off if just on the sand. Wet sand, go for a picnic in the United Kingdom, it's bound to rain, isn't it? You're not going to get, you know what I mean? Makes it wipeable down as well. Look at that, that's totally, and it's not wet inside either. It's not wet, the water hasn't gone through. I don't know if you can see in there, actually. No, you won't be able to see that. Oh, there you go. It's dry inside. Basically, it's dry inside as well. And that's 3 coats. That was 3 coats. Oh. Oh, yeah, Sylvie. Sylvie says you can make bibs, brilliant bibs for your children. That would be fantastic. Right, somebody wants to see. Right, let me just move that out of the way then. Yeah, that's dry. Well, that'll be dry. That'll be off air by the time that dries. Somebody wants to just see the fabric with no... This is au naturel. This is how the fabric comes, right? This is it with 1 layer. You see, it doesn't change the colour, but just change the texture. It doesn't make the colours run or anything like that. It does, the more layers you put on, the more shine it gets, because this is 2 layers, and you can see a sheen now on that one, can't you, on the 2? That makes it oh, no, it doesn't make it darker. Beautiful. It brings out the texture of the cotton. And then 3 layers... You can definitely see that there's a shine on it and a sheen on it there. Isn't that brilliant? I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excusez-moi. So you've got a favourite fabric that you want to make something out of. You want waterproofing or showerproofing or whatever. I mean, it's just fabric coating gel. I'm not surprised so many of you are coming in. Now, I need to go back over there because Rebecca... on her past show, made a makeup bag, but just out of the fabric, right? And then last night, well, just before I went home last night, she's busy painting it with this. And I'm like, don't do that. Anyway, it works. Come with me. Have a look. Come with me and have a look. she wanted the outside. So she'd made these little bags. They're actually out of the fabrics I'm going to show you. I haven't shown you them yet. This is one layer that we did last night. And look, you can see. Doesn't it look fantastic? And what she said was, this one's got a squared off bottom. She said it made it stand up better. It kind of gave it more, like made the fabric more firm. Because if I show you this, I've got this, right? Any makeup bag or wash bag would be brilliant. Like you say, do it for the wash bag, I'd do the inside. Right, so this was the fabric, au naturel, before, when Rebecca, now, so last night, this bag had that texture to it. And then Rebecca put a layer of the Odicoat for £14, well, I say 14, one layer, you're gonna get so many layers for £14.95. And that's the bag, that's it, that's the bag. Now I've got to take you through the log, what time is it? Oh, all right, for time. There's another one here, and now this, I'll just show you this one, because this shows as well, if you're doing it on a white fabric, it doesn't take away, you've got a sheen on it, that's just with one layer on. That's just with one layer. It does give it a texture, it does give it a slightly, I don't want to say rough, but I want to say a texture. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. She did that, she painted this one and the other one after they'd been made. I mean, they do say, do the fabric first, but you know what? You can, if you've got something that you've already made, you can do it afterwards. It's as simple as that. Oh, got a message from Linda. And Linda, is it from? Hello, John, please wash the important person's brush. Oh, yes. Right, Jay. Linda's local, look. Can I pop round to yours? I haven't got a hot tap in here. I'll get Jay. Can you get Jay to rinse it through? Thank you, Linda, because I'll be in trouble one time. Oh, and a message from Helen. Oh, Helen in Leicestershire. Hello, Helen. Do you want the excess off? There is no excess. You take the excess off as you're going. It's like mine now, and then you take the butter off again. It's kind of like that, because you don't need... It's this one as well, look. Oh, this is nice. Now, you know the fabric we do that I always say, oh, it would be nice in pyjamas, or they do it in the tulip, and they do it in the... this is like a more vibrant, because that just has like 2 or 3 colours in it, doesn't it? This is a more vibrant version. Do you wait? Oh, no, I've sort of read that message. Right, here we go. This is nice. This is Oh, this is just called Floral Splendour. I thought the range was called Floral Splendour. This is just called Floral Splendour. £5.45 for half a metre. There's the coating at the bottom of the screen. And then you've got the really lovely, simple print there, isn't it? Really lovely. Jude from Shropshire. Great ideas. What is the coverage of the pot? Oh, you see, I'll have a look, but it depends how much you use and how many times you use it and everything. As I say, we've used this one so many times, but it should say, I suppose. It provides an anti-UV. Now, that'd be good for little kids' clothes, isn't it? Anti-UV and anti-stain resistant protection on most fabrics. When dry, the fabric takes on the oil effect. I don't know if it says... Doesn't say how many meters it covers. I mean, let me think. When Victoria and Natasha used it, they did several bags and samples to show you. Hannah then took this home, and she did quite a lot at home. She did bring it back only when the management were in, saying, oh, you know that Odicoat, let's just have a look at that. And Hannah, she only lives locally, in a village locally, so she just popped in with it. And now you've seen how much goes on there, but I'm afraid, Jude, I can't tell you how much. You've got 250 millilitres in the whole pot. But it depends on how much fabric you're going to cover. I suppose if you're going to do a tablecloth 3 times, then that's going to take up quite a lot of the fabric. But I can't answer that question, friend. It is absorbed. It does get absorbed into the fabric, but that's why it's important either to just put it on thinly with a paintbrush or scrape it off. But if you scrape it off, if you've done it, I haven't got my credit card with me, I'm afraid. But if you then scrape it off with your credit card, what you do is you then scrape what you've scraped off back into the pot. So you're kind of refilling the pot as you go along. I think it would last for ages. Not forever, but for ages. Anyway, that's the Floral Splendour there, that one. What have I got next? Got another one from this range. Oh, this is nice, like a ditzy print, this one. I will go through the floral splendors again for you. This is nice, isn't it? Look at that closer. You need to come in quite close to that because that's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Ditzy, really lovely ditzy print on that one. Again, I love the colours in there. This is called Florence Blue from the Floral Splendor range by Macauer. Oh, now, Hannah's saying, now this is Hannah getting creative now. She'd mix and match with these two fabrics. So make your big wash bag out of this and maybe your makeup bag or whatever out of that one. Or you could line that one with that one. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Also, like I was saying, you don't need, if you're just making a makeup bag or a wash bag, you could, with a wash bag, I'd do both the inside and the outside. But with a makeup bag, you just do the inside, and then it's wipeable clean, isn't it? You haven't got to worry about all that spare makeup that gets spilled inside your bag. So that's that one. Hang on, I've got more to show you. Oh, the one I showed you over there, people are loving this one. This one I love this pattern. Oh, Judith is going to line wicker baskets and Odicoat the fabric first. That's a brilliant idea, Judith. Look, talking about baskets, if you've got the Odicoat in your basket, please make sure you check out Cross Fabric in Blue from the Floral Splendor range. I like this. It's very simple, but it's quite effective, isn't it? I haven't got anything made of this. I thought I got something made of this one, but obviously not. Just my samples, just my little samples. £5.45 for half a metre. Really lovely. Now, if you're loving that one, but you're not wanting it in the dark blue, or the French blue, I'd call that, not dark blue, French blue. Oh, yeah, I've got a message from Wendy. Hang on, Wendy, let me just waft this one out, because I've not seen this one before. Because Rebecca was saying in the office, it comes in purple. I was like, no, it's blue. She said, no, it comes in a lilac. No, it's blue. Anyway, Rebecca was right, because here it is. I don't know what colour do they call it? A purple. It's not purple. It's like, oh, it's disappeared. That message from Wendy's disappeared. Cross fabric in purple. It's a lavender, isn't it? A gorgeous, gorgeous lavender colour. £5.45 for half a metre. Wendy from South Yorkshire. Oh, I used to love going to Barnsley when I was a student, Wendy. I don't know if you're from Barnsley. I would applique my canvas beat shoes. Oh, get you. I would applique my canvas beat shoes and then use the Odicoat to waterproof them for our dodgy summer weather. What dodgy summer weather? Yeah, I agree. That's a nice idea, Wendy. I like the way you spell your name as well. Anyway, we're calling it purple. Lilac. Would you say that was lilac or lavender? I'll just put the blue into the shot. That's the blue, and they're calling this one here purple, but it's obviously like the lavender, isn't it? Have I missed? Oh, no, and I've got one solid fabric to show you. One solid to show you. Oh, people multiplying the Odicoat. I knew it would be popular. Knew it would be popular. People saying they've been waiting for it to come back. Oh, they missed the show the first time, and thank you for explaining it again. I hope I've done it justice, because it is brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. Also, you can always look back on YouTube. Oh, hang on. Jackie's asked an interesting question on email. Now, I can't get emails on here, so she has to read that one to me. Oh, would I need to use a Teflon foot, or could I use an ordinary foot? Now, if you've got a Teflon foot, then use it. But I think it's perfectly, I don't think, because the Teflon fabric has different weaves in it, doesn't it? That's why it's Teflon fabric. And you need a different foot and usually a different needle, don't you? But I think you could just use this quite happily. Do you know what I might do? Is when I finish this show, I'll get Rebecca to sew some lines on the samples that we did last night. And I'll let you know. But I think it'll be fine. But I'll definitely come back to you with that, I promise. So this is cornflower blue. Cornflower blue, lovely. Oh, yes, Hannah hasn't even got a Teflon foot, and she had no problem with it. And also, we've done the shows using it. No, none of them have used it. So if you've got it, use it. But if you don't, I don't think you need to. But I will check with Rebecca, because she's good at sewing. Cornflower blue, this is nice. Good for your stash, good for your blending. At £3.25 for half a metre. Now, you see, if you were making any of these, you could make a bag out of any of these, couldn't you? Where's the blue one? There it is. And you could maybe want to line it or trim it with this. The cornflower would go so beautifully, wouldn't it? Look. So you could make your bag out of this and then line it with this. And then if you only wanted the lining to be oilcloth, you could just Odicoat that and then leave the outside of the bag as the au naturel. I know. Brilliant, aren't they? Absolutely brilliant. Right. So what I'm actually showing you this hour is the Odicoat. It's a gel. Oh, come with me. We'll go over there. Oh, yeah. Right, so last night, yesterday afternoon we started it and then finished it last night. Reid, who's coming on later, we decided to, because when we looked at the videos of this Odicoat, it said do 3 layers, right? And we were saying, well, do you really need to do 3 layers? And then Hannah said, well, she did a makeup bag at home and only did 1 layer. So what we did was we got this fabric that you've just seen a second ago, and I'll just show you what that's like. Thank you, Jane. So, oops. Right, so this is the fabric. I'll show it over here because it's not. This is the fabric, au naturel. Lovely and soft, gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. That was it before we put anything on it, right? So we cut 3 5-inch squares. 3 5-inch squares. This is with 1 layer of Odicoat on it. Now you can see, can't you, that it's got a texture to it. And you can see that it doesn't fall, but then you're not going to make something that needs draping or falling, are you, with Odicoat on it? So that's one layer put on with a paintbrush, right? 1 layer put on with a paintbrush. If you go to the not our website, you go to look on the YouTube, you'll see lots of different people using it, and they slather it on with a credit card or an old store card or something like that, and then scrape it off. I just had a paintbrush, and just what you saw earlier, just put it on with the paintbrush. This is 2 layers. So what you do is you put the first layer on, you leave it for about an hour for it to get touch dry, and then you put the next layer on if you're going to put more than 1 layer on. If you're just leaving it at 1 layer, I'd leave it for a couple of hours to dry before you start sewing it. But once you start sewing it, look, it goes right through. Once you start sewing it, you can just use your sewing machine, your normal needle and everything like that, and stitch. It doesn't clag it or anything like that. £14.95. No, you're not limited, because if you go to a shop and you go, oh, where's your waterproof or your oilcloth section, and you'll go through and there'll be a little section, won't there? This way, you can turn your favourite. Definitely works on cotton. I'd test it on other fabrics. It says on there other fabrics too, but doesn't list them. I would test it on other fabrics. Obviously, don't do it on silks or anything like that, because you're going to lose the floatability of the silks and everything. Because we used, I'll show you 3 coats first of all. This is 3 coats. Now it's got a gorgeous finish to it. No, Hannah and I, before we came to work here, and I've worked with fabric for years and years and years, no idea. You see, in the film industry, this would have been brilliant. Because you could do the stunt clothes, you know what I mean, and put a bit of this on, and it would have just helped an awful lot. At £14.95, not that you're going to be making stunt home clothes that often at home. At £14.95, that's 3 layers. So in the last show, they made this little bag. They made this cute little bag, and this has got 3 layers on it as well. This has got 3 layers on it, and they've only put it on the outside. They haven't put it on the inside. But I'm just going to show you very quickly. What time is it? Oh, you've got time. Got time. Okay, watch. Bucket of water. 3 layers, right? 3 layers. I've plunged it right into the water. And I'm also just going to do this. You can see that the water just runs off. The water just literally runs off it, right? And then, I'll just dry it the outside so I don't get it all over the place. It doesn't go through. It didn't go through to the inside. So, do you know what would be... How many times have you had a wash bag and you've got to the hotel, you've got to your destination, and the shampoo's leaked, right? And it's all round here. It's in your shoes. It's in everything, in your suitcase and everything. This way, because the water hasn't gone through at all. And it's only the outside layer. It's only the outside layer that's been done. The inside hasn't been Odicoated at all. It's just the outside. 3 layers of Odicoat, and that is fantastic, isn't it? Brilliant. Now, if you've got walking shoes, for example, and you keep them in your boot, You could line a box or make a bag out of this and Odicoat it so that you could just wipe away. I'll show you the carton. You could just wipe away fabric coating gel. All we did, we've done this one already. This one was done about half an hour ago, less than half an hour ago. Oh, actually, it's touch dry already. It's touch dry already with the studio lights. So now it'd be time to put the second. Should we do a second coat? Have I got time? Have I got time? Yeah, it's there. I'll just get Michael to... Oh, can you reach it, Michael? Because Jay's not anywhere to be seen, is he? As per. Oh, now, this is a little tip. This is a little tip, right? Michael wasn't even listening. What do you want? What is it you want? This is a little tip. Thank you very much. When you've finished Odicoating, whatever you're doing it, you are going to be putting the top back on. You see this plastic top that comes inside? Wipe it down. Only because Rebecca Reid didn't do that last night. And when I tried to open this morning, oh, it's done it again. Everybody's wants to have a go with this. Okay, let me do the second layer. So now, if you watch the YouTube videos, they pour it on, they slather it on with an old credit card or an old store card or something like that. And then they scrape off the excess and they put it back in the tub. We found, I mean, look, how little are we using, right? And literally, we just painted it on like that. The thing is, if you go over the edge like this, you'll see the plastic coating. Oh, I didn't put my apron on. Oh dear, health and safety. There we go. There's you can see already that it's taking. And it's fascinating because it does, round the edge of the bag there, you do see this like kind of film, almost looks like this, doesn't it? Like a plastic bag. I thought when we came in this morning, I thought we'd melted the plastic bag, but it hadn't melted it at all. It was just where the Odicoat had gone over the edge. No, it doesn't. It won't peel off your fabric. Once it's on your fabric, it's not going to peel off. Look. Now, because we knew this was going to be popular, we got an extra lot of this in. A warning, I need you to check out your baskets. Don't want anyone to be disappointed, that's all I'm saying. Don't want anybody to be disappointed. We hadn't seen it for ages. Loads of you have been waiting for it to come in. Oh, hang on. I don't blame you either. Well, I've been waiting for Chris for next door. But if this, I hope there's one left. That's all I'm saying when we finish. So that's the most brilliant. I mean, like I say, Hannah and I didn't even know it existed before we came to work here. It's brilliant, isn't it? And you're loving it. Also, you've been asking, when's it coming back? When's it coming back? When's it coming back? It's back. But please, please, please be careful. If you've got it in your basket, you do need to check out Odicoat Fabric Coating Gel. It's only $14.95. You know what I'd do? I'd multi-buy. Because as soon as your friends see what you've done with it, they're going to want one. As soon as you've used it on one thing, how many other things are you going to want to use it on? £14.95. And you only pay 1p and p. No matter, say you bought, I don't know, 100 of them. Not that you're likely to. You'd still only pay 1p and p of £2. And we might have a little business. You know, like our friend Dairy Lee, who makes aprons like that, right? Imagine if she wanted to do, because imagine on an apron, a kiddie's painting apron. They get stuff everywhere, don't they? Absolutely everywhere. You could put it over that. I've got it all over this table, so Jay will have to wipe the table in a minute. And Jay, in a minute, that needs washing again. Right, I need to go back over to the other side. Right. These were made by Rebecca Reid when she was on air. She's on again later today doing a fish-shaped laundry bag. It's brilliant. It's a kipper more than a fish. Or a big goldfish, looks like. Anyway, she'd already made these. Now, you're loving this fabric as well. Is that the garden fabric, that one? Oh, that's the garden one. That's the garden one, yes, of course it is. She made these, and then she said yesterday, oh, I wonder if it would work if you coated them after you'd made it. Anyway, this has got one coat on it. And you can see the sheen on there, can't you? Looks lovely, doesn't it? It makes it very professional as well, like it's got a finish to it. And she said, with the squared off bottom, it sort of sits properly as well. At £14.95. Now, you know, I talked to you about the ladies in my village who all make things for the summer fete. and then sell them and the money goes to charity and everything. How cute if you made these little waterproof or oil skinny makeup bags or glasses cases or anything. See, glasses case would be a brilliant one, wouldn't it? £14.95. Right, so hang on. So the fabric I've got in the graphics at the moment, oh, hang on, is this one. So this is the Floral Splendor, the one with the big flowers on it. That's that one there. They're both very popular, these two today. If you go to the website, you can see all the fabrics, everything we've shown in this show are, if you're looking on the web, they're there. They're down there. Loads of brilliant ideas. Thank you so much for all your brilliant ideas. Children's bibs or children's painting aprons, be fantastic. Do you know what you can do as well? If there's right, this is going a bit beyond now, is if you've got some white cotton, oh, I've just thought, yesterday's threads. Do a photo of your child, make an apron, paint the apron with this. Do you know what I mean? You could endless, tying in all different ends. Use some of this fabric or the threads that we had just thinking. We had cotton twill and cotton poplin yesterday. This would work on both of those. Swimming bags, so they pick up their swimming bag. They don't come home with someone else's PE kit. And well, the thing is, Hannah's made that suggestion, right? That's because that's what she does. Yesterday she came to work, no purse. Where's your purse? I've lost it. I've lost my purse. It'll be on the bus after. It was on her bed. Her housemate found it on the bed. Last night, can I have a lift home? I've got no money for the bus. Because you know what I mean? This way they're going to pick up, they're going to remember things, aren't they? The which one? She's going to do the seat cover for the bike, waterproof seat cover for a bike. Because are they available? Can you buy them? And how much are they? Exactly. She saw a lot of them in Holland, but then more people have got bikes in Holland than they have here, haven't they? Make sure you get this. If you're watching the repeat, just check to see if there's still some in stock. It's flying out. People are multi-buying. And you've been waiting for ages and ages for it. So have we. And I hope there's one left for my next-door neighbour, Chris. That's all I'm saying. £14.95. I know. So any of the fabrics you've seen in this hour, anything like that, they're all on the web. You better watch me do my water demonstration again later because we go on a loop on our website. Always go to our website. Always have a look. It'll be, well, this won't be now. If you're watching on the repeat, right, and you think, oh, I'll go to the web shop and get that, this won't be appearing in the web shop today because once it's on the show, it's not in the web shop. So just make sure you look down there where everything's listed from today's show, and that's where you can buy it. I know it's like the shopping list of the day, isn't it? £14.95. Right, who's up next then? Oh, I know. Victoria Peat's up. We're doing really lovely sort of Tilda, what would you call them? Home furnishing, decoration, lovely things to make. Rebecca Reid's house is full of them. One day we'll go to Rebecca Reid's house and we'll film there because she says she's made all of these. And the little rabbit that used to be sitting there, he's from the Tilda book as well. So lots and lots of really beautiful Tilda book coming up. So don't go anywhere. Victoria will be here in 3 minutes with me, with those. And, just buy your Odicoat. That's all I can say. Just buy it. Oh, check out your basket. Check out your baskets. Please don't forget to check out your baskets. We'll see you in 3 minutes. Do not go anywhere. Get yourself a quick cup of tea. Victoria's up after these important messages.
Follow us on Pinterest. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to discover sewing work we create and love.
Join us on Saturday the 29th of April when Tilly Rose makes her debut on Sewing Quarter, demonstrating the remarkable Threads inkjet printable fabric. Tilly is a creative designer who concentrates on textures and layering fabrics. Tilly is also a brand ambassador for Threads inkjet printable fabrics, which she uses to make beautiful, unique projects with any designs or images that can be printed on a standard inkjet printer. So join us on Saturday the 29th of April at 9 a.m. for Tilly Rose and the amazing Threads printable fabric. Only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78. There are many ways you can watch Sewing Quarter. We are live every day on Freeview Channel 78 and online at sewingquarter.com from 8 a.m. till 12 noon. But if you've missed a show, don't worry. There are 2 easy ways to catch up. The first is through our website, www.sewingquarter.com, where we repeat that morning's shows throughout the day. On the homepage, you'll see our video stream. click on the video to hear sound and see a list of the products that we have shown in that day's shows. The second way to catch up is on our YouTube channel. All our shows are kept on YouTube, so if you buy a product and want to see the demonstration again, you can. Go to www.youtube.com/sewing quarter, where you'll find all our shows listed by date. Select your preferred date, then using the description beneath the video, jump to the hour you want to watch. Then you can pause, rewind, play and skip your way to the bits that you want to watch again. Only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78. Join us on Sunday the 30th of April when Angela Atwood will be bringing the fabulous Galaxy quilt back to Sewing Quarter. This kit is truly out of this world as it contains a sublime range of fabrics featuring rockets, planets, spacemen and stars, together with all the thread, wadding and fabric you need to create the quilt and full instructions with easy to follow steps. So join Angela Atwood on Sunday the 30th of April at 9 AM for the Galaxy Quilt Kit, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
So, Jay, you know your fiancée called you her little bumblebee, right? I've just found little bumblebees in this book, look. Isn't that sweet? Can you not see it? I'll lift up there, there you go. Little bumblebees. So you can make one for your fiancée, Jay. Take home with you later on tonight. I'll just show. There you go, look, little cards with bumblebees on. There's so much in this book, it's gorgeous. I'll just show you, here you go, look. Crafting Tilda's Friends. Oh, it's only $7.95. Oh, that's fantastic for a Tilda book, isn't it? I will go through the whole book with you. There's bumblebee signboards. Oh, you could do your whole first home together, Jay. Cotton and clay insects. Bumblebee signboard. Oh, Jay the bumblebee. There's a bunny. There's a bird. Oh, there's so much in it. Whimsy cats. That's a nice one. That's more Ginger Mike, isn't it? Whimsy cats. Tree houses. Helpful snail. We know that is. Yeah? And snails. So we've got normal snails and we've got helpful snails. Yes. Oh, how did you guess that? Carrying something. Anyway, sorry, me wafting away with this book. Victoria's here with loads of... Wait till you see this desk. Loads of gorgeous goodies. Got a bit crazy. Come with me, come with me, come with me. Hello. How are you? Oh, I love your necklace.
Thank you very much.
Right. I don't know where to start. Where shall we start?
The forest.
What a lovely book.
I know, it's got so many nice little projects in it.
And that's exactly it, isn't it? They're all little projects that you could not say do in an afternoon, but if you don't want to take on a huge quilt, you don't take on a huge... These are all lovely and they're all cute, aren't they?
Sometimes you've just got an urge to sew something.
Yes.
You don't want to take on a massive project.
Or you want a little present for somebody. You think, well, I'm not going to make them a whole double duvet quilt or whatever.
Don't love them that much.
Yes, exactly. But you know what I mean? There's so many... Look at those lovely... I'll just show you very quick. Look at the lovely cats on the front. Really, really beautiful cats on the front there.
Yeah, a lot of them I think would be really lovely housewarming gifts.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So what are you going to make for us today?
I'm going to show you today. I've got some little houses, some of which I've put on these wreaths.
Oh, I've got one here as well,
but there's
some on the wreath, yeah.
So we'll have a look at those first, and then also one of the flowers.
And what? Sorry, I missed that.
One of the flowers.
Oh, one of the flowers as well.
Yes, show you how to make those.
They remind me, for some reason, of Magic Roundabout. You're not old enough to remember. There used to be a programme on the telly, didn't there, called Magic Roundabout. They remind me of Magic Roundabout. Right, OK, what Jennifer's used to make these...
Jennifer? Victoria.
Sorry. Sorry, Victoria.
You're an autopilot, aren't you?
My head's like this today. Right, what Victoria's used to make these are these 3 fat quarter sets we've got here for you.
So I've made the flowers from these, pardon my garden, Tildas, and I've made the houses with the spots.
Right.
And
OK, so this is part of my garden first. This is a lovely little bundle here of 3 fat quarters there. £13.95. So you get one of each of the fabrics. They're really, really lovely, beautiful. I'll open them for you later and show you around those. So you get 3 fat quarters in there, 50 by 55 centimetres, £13.95. Do you know what? That's a lovely little gift. Oh, there they are. And I'll open them out and I'll waft them for you later. So there's that one. Then there's the houses are made of the spots, aren't they? These are lovely. I love polka dots. The colours are like vintage, almost like vintage colours, aren't they?
Yeah, they're slightly washed out version. They're not, except for the pink.
I was going to say, but it's yes, that's not what we
neon
call
at the
washed
back.
out, but they're all kind of like period vintage colours, aren't they? Really lovely colours. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get 6 in that one. Graphics just coming in now. At £13. Oh, £13.95.
And you can easily do either project in either set of prints.
Oh, okay.
So you could make the flowers out of the spots or the houses out of the tildes.
There it is, there it is, there it is. The polka dot 6-piece fat quarter bundle, £13.95. Then this is lovely. I've not seen this one before.
Oh, the Bumblebee range is lovely.
I've seen Bumblebee range, but I've not seen this.
These colourways.
These 3 together. Oh, we've done this. This is the sewing quarter bundle that we've put together. Oh, OK, so you're making a slight saving because they sold individually, but we've bundled them together. You get three of them for £12.95. Oh, now, just so you know, we got a message from our buying department. We're not buying the Bumblebee range again in fat quarters, or we can't get it. We can't get it. We're not. But we'll move on. We'll bring you more. We'll bring you more, Tilda. But so I'm not saying you have to buy this now, otherwise you'll never get it. But we won't be reordering it. It's as simple as that. That's not on the reorder. It's gone. Yeah, when it's gone, it's gone. When it's gone, it's gone. Right, just because we can't get it. Right, so shall we start? I'll put the fabrics in front of there.
So the Tilda book, like you said, has got loads of different projects in it.
Yes, we'll go through the book in a minute.
And it's got all the pattern pieces are in the back. So for some projects, like with the house, they, and the ones that we're looking at the moment, they've used the same pattern pieces for sewing up a project and for applique.
Oh, OK.
So they've drawn them as the final size, if you like. So if you want to sew something from them, it tells you to add a seam allowance. So we're going to work with a 1/4 inch seam allowance.
OK, so if you just photocopied that from the book,
yes,
that's
so
the actual size
I've photocopied that page out of the book.
Okay, we'll just
actual size. But of course, you know, if you were feeling adventurous, you could upsize it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. But there's no seam. So basically, if they're saying, if you're going to applique the house, that's the size you cut out for the applique. Yeah. But if you want to sew it, to make it into a padded little thing, then you need to add your seam allowance.
Got to add your seam allowances on. So I've actually taken, because we've got several different pattern pieces, you've got the main part of the house, and it explains it in the book what to do. You've got the main part of the house, you've got 2 roofs, and then for the back of the house, you cut all in one piece. So if you swivel the house...
So the back of the house, so I'll show you the front again. That's the front of the house with a little roof on it. But if you spin it round, the back of the house is all one colour.
All one piece. So effectively, you need to trace this house 4 times.
Right.
So I'll just show you the principle of how to do it.
Yes, of course.
And then I've already done it. So if you take your... a quilting ruler's obviously fabulous. This one's great because it's not too big and unwieldy. And you just trace around. The tilde patterns aren't straight patterns.
Right.
They've got a nice roundness to them. So try and keep that when you're tracing round the pattern.
Also, if you're a bit confused, let me just show you in the book. Oh, here's that page, actually. I've opened on the page.
Look at that.
They're all in different colours, so it's easy. If you photocopy it, obviously it's all going to be in black and white.
Oh, yes, there's me saving ink, doing it in black and white.
Yes, exactly. But if you want to, you could photocopy them in colour. And then you know that the house that you're working on is blue, the little frog there is in black, and the bird is... Because obviously, you don't cut these patterns out, you do trace them through, or you do photocopy them. But just in case you're getting confused, they are all in different colours. I just reached Squishy then, I've got my own book, so I don't need to. Right, sorry, so how are you doing this
I'm
then?
just using, on this particular ruler, you've got a solid line for the 1/4 inch, which makes it really easy.
Oh, yeah, this is one of our quilters' rulers,
yeah,
isn't it?
It's great. Yeah, and you... I think when you start sewing, or when you're in the sewing world and you don't quilt at all, you never consider, oh, I need a quilting ruler.
No.
But actually, they're really versatile.
Yes, exactly. And also, as a dressmaker or as a pattern cutter, I would always use 5/8 of an inch, you see. So it's different to use a 1/4 inch there.
Well, and to be honest, you could use whatever seam allowance you're happy using.
Yes, of
so
course.
if you prefer to work with 3/8 or 5/8 of an inch...
I just think it might get a bit bulky because these are quite
you would trim
delicate
down.
little... Yeah.
Yeah, you would definitely trim down. So I'm just putting the solid line against the line.
So all you're doing is we'll just look at that closely. You're just putting the solid line to the solid line of the pattern.
Yes, and just following the line. But as I say, the tilde patterns are a little bit rounded. They're not regimented.
Right.
So just take your time and just follow the curves of the pattern.
Oh, of course, because you're taking the pattern piece of the front of the house there. That's why you're drawing through the middle of the roof, because it's not the roof.
Yes, because we're ignoring
panel.
the roof.
Yes.
We're just going round.
Yes.
And then you can cut out. This is why you need to copy it several times, because
you've got 2 lots of cutting out.
Several lots, because you've got your 2 roofs and then you've got your main house.
This ruler is always incredibly popular whenever we bring it. I'm just sitting here behind the foliage.
Camouflage.
This is the ruler, the Alpha quilting ruler, non-slip, 3.2 by 31.7 centimetres, 1.25 by 12.5 inches. £5.95, always flies out. Always flies out when we show that.
I do have at home a little ruler, but it's only 6 inches long.
Oh, OK.
But this one, I much prefer this one, so I need to pick one up.
Well, £5.95. Now, I'll rearrange, don't we? Oh, blimey. It's Hannah no less grumpy today than she was yesterday.
So that's what you would do to each of your pattern pieces, and that's what I've done in preparation for today.
Right.
I've got the house as I've just traced it off just now.
Yeah.
So I've got the main part of the house. I've got the 2 roof sections.
Yeah.
And then I've got the reverse of the house in its entirety.
Brilliant.
On the pattern piece, it tells you, some patterns tell you to leave an opening for turning through. Others say sew it up completely and then snip through one of the layers to stuff. And we'll see that when we do the flowers.
OK then.
But the house tells you to leave a little gap, which is just where they've got the dotted lines.
Oh, OK. What's that dotted line?
That's the one that's left over from the other layered
from the
one.
other thing. Yes, of course.
So
yes.
if you have, you can colour photocopy.
Yes, or
it's
scribble
easier.
that out.
Or, yes, you can scribble it out, or you could just trace over the lines that you need in a different coloured pen.
Of course.
To make it easier. So,
Right, OK, so have you got one of your original ones? One of the sheets, the A4
oh,
sheets
one of the
that
sheets?
you had there? Sorry.
Yes, I do.
Just so we can show what we've got
Before
here.
and after.
There we go. So this is what we started with, and that was the house. That's the finished size of the house there. And then this is, well, I'll put it on there. This is the piece with the seam allowance, so it obviously covers it. But that line there, I was wondering what that line was there. But that's obviously the frog's bottom. That's obviously the frog's bottom there. So that's the pattern piece you end up with. So that will be for your...
main part of the house.
Main part of the front of the house.
Yes, and you might like to write on it what you've just traced out.
What it is, yes. So that's that one. But then you've also done a pattern piece here for the back of the house, because the back of the house is the whole... There you go. It's the whole thing.
So I've done the same process around the bottom, but I've then gone round the outside of the roof.
Brilliant. And then you've also got the roof pieces, which are...
Just where I've gone each section of the roof and done a quarter of an inch round.
But you only need those for the front. So that and that are for the front, and that one is for the back.
Yes.
Right. And then the dotted line...
Is where you
is
leave
where you're going to turn
open
it through.
for
So you're not
turning
going to
through.
stitch up, right?
So we'll not stitch that up.
Because sometimes Tilda does a strange thing where she does machine the shape. When she does little animals, she does machine the shape before you cut it out because it gets so intricate.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
on some of... I don't know if it's that one, but there's one where you... maybe they're in the other book, but what you do is you machine round your 2 pieces of fabric, round the pattern first.
Yep.
And then cut it out, because they have little intricate hands and feet.
Yes.
And if you cut it out first and then... Right.
And I'm going to place that right sides together, the fabric right sides together, and matching up the raw edges along the roof.
Right.
And sew that with a quarter of an inch seam allowance using a standard stitch on the machine. And do a little back stitch at the same time, just to secure. Pins out as I go. And like I say, if you want to do a larger seam allowance, because you don't like working with a quarter of an inch, you can do that. Just bear that in mind when you're tracing your pattern.
But I think when you make things like this, you're used to a quarter-inch seam allowance because of the general nature that they're quite small anyway, and you don't want to make it more cumbersome than it already is.
Than it already is.
I had a question. So you've stitched that right to the very end?
Yes, I've just stitched from one end to the other. And give it a finger press or use an iron.
Oh, I have to you can
That's
finger
all
press
right.
those because I need to turn the iron on.
That's fine. Finger press is fine. And then
Right.
you take the second roof piece
Yeah.
and place that right sides together, again along that edge, and the top edge overlaps the first part of the
Oh,
roof.
that's because I was wondering if you were going to have to match the stitches, but you've literally just overlapped it.
Nice and easy. So we'll just stick a pin in there just to make sure that on the underside that doesn't flip the wrong way or accidentally go bulky. Stick another pin at the other side.
Would you say these were good projects for somebody who's new to sewing?
The house is particularly all right, actually.
Yes.
There's the one tricky part, if you like, is just round these corners knowing when to pivot.
Oh, okay, well, you can show us that when you do it.
We'll get to that.
While you stitch that, I've just got to tell you, we knew this would be popular, didn't realise quite how popular it would be. This fat quarter with the 3 that we've put together, the special offer for today, you get the 3 bumblebee fat quarters there. We're in single figures now. We're down to single figures already.
Wow. I think
And we're not getting Bumblebee back, remember. We're not getting Bumblebee back. We're down to single figures already at £12.95. So please beware, if you've got it in your basket, check out. If you haven't got that yet, I know it's nice to watch the whole demonstration, but I'd hate for you to watch the whole demonstration, then ring up for that and it's gone, sort of thing. So I'm just warning you, that's down to single figures. Also, very quickly, the fabric.
it needs to be like with these talent shows where you can't vote till everybody's danced.
Yes, but it can't be like that. Can't be like that. Fights, wouldn't there, on the street? Right, now this, somebody's asked what the fabric is that Victoria's using to make the roof. It's this. It is in our stock. It's a beautiful, beautiful fabric. I can't waft it for you, I'm afraid, because this was just what was Victoria had left over from her stash that she had. Beautiful. It's a linen look fabric.
But without the crease.
But without the crease, exactly. That's all right. We're just load the graphics are taking that a little bit longer today to come in.
It's because it was cold and frosty this morning.
It's what, sorry?
It's because it was cold and frosty this morning.
It was really cold. -1 in my village this morning.
Oof. I was
£4.95 that is for half a metre. That's brilliant. Carol from Grantham's got her heating on.
See,
She's got a new boiler, hasn't she? See, that's why. There you go. Right.
So now you've got your house front and your house back.
Okay.
So you can see it comes together quite quickly.
Yes. So let me just look at this bit here, because I thought you were going to have to stop sewing that one and then match that one, but you've literally put that one on, folded it over, then put the next one on and folded it over. So you've created that lovely little, I don't know what you call it, at the top of a roof there.
Pitch.
A pitch, is it?
Pitch, or is that the
no,
angle
that's
of
the
the roof?
shape of the... Because if you've got a low pitch, you can't have an
True.
extension, can you, in the roof? But anyway.
So now you take your roof back.
House back.
House back. Back of the house. And you place them right sides together.
Okay.
And I'm just going to put in 2 pins to remind myself
Oh, yes.
that I'm going to turn through. Well, actually put those the other way. I normally put them the other way.
Okay.
To remind myself to stop and where to stop and start.
Oh, that's a nice sharp pin. I think we need to get some new pins,
We'll just
Jo.
put that pin over there. Someone else doesn't use it. It's better.
Hannah says, producer Hannah says, this is reminding of her house. I don't know if she means the shape or whether she's painted pink spots on the outside.
Or the size. Does she live in a city?
She lives just down the road. Say that. Oh, yes, I know that. That's Hannah's just saying about the story of the lady who wanted to build an extension to her house and all the neighbours said no. And it's in a very, very exclusive part of London. So she painted the house pink and white candy stripes because they couldn't stop her doing that, just to annoy the neighbours.
Oh, and that would, if it's a...
She ended up got a court order to paint it back to being white or cream again. But I thought it was fantastic. Because people are buying those lovely exclusive houses in London and then going down, aren't they? They can't go out or up anymore, so
yes,
they go
they're
down.
Doing these massive...
Basement.
I want to call them extensions,
yes,
but it seems wrong to call it an
downwards,
extension.
You? Yes.
So,
that's a lot of pins in that.
I have put a lot of pins in. Now, you need to, when you come to do the corners of the house...
Yes. Right, this
you
is
need
important.
to be able to sew 1/4 of an inch along, and then you need to come out at almost sort of a 60-degree angle to come and do this part of the gable.
Yes, yes.
Call it a gable.
Or the fascia.
Or the fascia. You come across and then up again with another 1/4 inch.
Right.
If you're uncomfortable doing that by eye, you can mark with your ruler.
Oh, because you've got your 1/4 inch.
Yeah. Use your fabric marking pen with your 1/4 inch. Of course, that won't sit over the pins because I've stuck in all the pins we own.
Oh dear, Hannah's got an announcement already. There's one of these left.
One.
There's one of those left now. That's it. That's it. This is the one. This is the one that's left. I'll just fold it nicely then, because that's the one that's left. I'll leave it there until somebody buys it. Then it's going back into it. Then. Right.
So that's what you can do if you're not comfortable with pivoting and knowing where to pivot. You can just draw in that little seam allowance.
Okay.
With your 1/4 inch.
And so you can go all the way around the outside, apart
Except
from... That looks a tiny little turn through, doesn't it?
It looks a bit small, doesn't it? It's possible.
But it's possible.
We'll be fine.
Yes.
So I'll just move the pin cushion. That foot always surprises me when it goes down. It's quite substantial. It goes down with a clunk.
Yeah, yes.
It's like with certain car doors.
Oh, yes. Or if you ever give Hannah a lift in your car, right, there might not be a door left when...
Is she a door slammer?
She slams the door. Thanks ever so much. Bye, bye. Strunk like that, and the whole car wobbles.
Oh, does she slam doors in an argument?
Oh, yeah, no, that's not even... That's not being nice.
Oh, no, that's what I'm thinking. It'd be so much worse.
Oh, she says she's nasty in an argument. I don't think I've ever seen... Oh, no, I've heard about her getting in an argument on the train, but I've not seen her get in an argument.
Train rage.
No, not her train rage.
Oh.
She was being very polite. It was the gentleman sitting opposite playing phone games that wasn't.
Oh, no, in the quiet carriage.
He did move carriages in the end because he was terrified of her in the end. And he was 6'5" and built like that.
And on the little bits, if you're unsure, just hand crank until you get to the point where you need to be.
Just have a look at that. There you go.
So you can just slowly go.
There you go.
With your hand.
Hannah says when she's doing her sewing project, she hand cranks most of it.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing wrong with just going slow.
She made a kimono this weekend.
Oh, did she?
Well, she hasn't finished it yet. What she was hoping for was that Jane, the overlocker lady, would leave the overlocker here yesterday so she could overlock the edges. But Jane, the overlocker lady, took the overlocker with her.
Oh, how mean. Oh, I love an overlocked edge.
It was our first time we'd had overlocks.
Oh, yes, I heard they were saying they were coming in.
It was a brilliant one as well.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Oh.
So hand cranking round the
yes, just hand
corners.
cranking round, just so that you don't over sew.
If you wonder what we're making, I will show you the book in a second. It's from the Crafting Tilda's Friends, it's called. I wonder if they're based on her... You know, like Jackie Collins, when she wrote a book, all the people in there were based on her friends. I'm in one of them, by the way. I can't tell you the character's name.
Were you up to no good?
Well, I wasn't, but I was in the book. I was doing no good in the book, but in real life I wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
£7.95 the book. I'll take you through it in a second.
OK, so I've sewn all the way round the outside.
Right.
Leaving that gap for opening. Actually, I'll not bother trimming, because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pink all the edges.
OK, do you clip? Oh, that was the question I was going to ask.
going to clip in these spots here in the very corner of the roof. So when you come, where I've pivoted
where
here...
Where the house meets the roof.
Yes, I'm just going to snip into here as far as I can,
Brilliant.
and again on the other side.
Yep.
These ones work. I'll go bigger scissor.
Just be careful you don't...
No.
Not you. I know you were, but at home when you're doing that, just be careful you don't cut into your line of thread.
Yes, don't snip like this. Just use your little bit on the end. And then I'm going to pink all the outsides.
Oh, OK.
Because that trims the seam allowances, stops them from fraying. And because the edges are slightly curved, it saves you having to snip all the... cut little notches.
So you're taking it even less now than the quarter of an inch that it was?
Just gets rid of that bulk.
Pinking shears are there. Hemline pinking shears, 21.5 centimetres, 8.5 inches, at £14.95. And I've only got two bundles left. I've got the polka dot and I've got the Pardon My Garden fat quarter bundle left. I'll go through those with you in a second. The dot bundle is what we're using at the moment. You get 6... Was it 6? 1, 2, 3? Yeah, 6 pieces, 6 fat quarters for £13.95. Can't really go wrong with it. Even if you didn't use it for this project.
Ooh, nearly lost the whole lot.
Okay.
I was there.
Yeah. Sorry.
I didn't throw it on the floor, I promise.
No, just throw it on the floor. Jade's got nothing to do for the rest of the afternoon.
So now you can turn it through to the right side.
Do you want to dobber?
Go on then, if you've got one.
I know.
I did bring a chopstick.
Derek made a feature on Facebook this week. Somebody messaged in saying, you know the dobber, Derek the dobber that John uses, is it for sale? And we just got it in an old charity shop, I think.
It's
just
really
a big
lovely.
old fat knitting needle. But we called it Derek the dobber from day one. And there was even a picture of him. They cut me out. I obviously was holding it like this. They cut me out completely and they just cut round there so you can see my flamingo shirt and Derek the dobber. And so he's got his own little strand going on Facebook now.
Oh, dear. So just poke out the top of the roof and...
Oh, now I meant to ask you, did you cut away... Oh, no, because you pinked all the way around. You didn't need to cut away at the corners, did you?
No. And just poke out the corner of the roof on either side. Sorry, I whistled then. That was a bit
all
weird.
right. No. Is that what you do at home?
I don't know. Never really thought about it. But if you don't have Derek,
yes,
be careful what you use. Don't use anything too sharp because you'll end up... through your corners. And then
don't use an unpicker like Janice.
Oh, that would get you all the way through.
She terrifies me every time she turns something through.
Crikey. She doesn't, does she?
Yeah.
Oh, Janice.
Lives life on the edge now. She's got
really
pink
does.
hair.
Oh, she hasn't. I've missed that.
Oh, no, she's had her hair dyed. Pink.
Ooh.
Oh, she's in tomorrow. Oh, fantastic.
Oh, well,
tomorrow.
tune in.
Yes, do, because she dyes it every day before she comes in, so it's a slightly different shade every day. Right, OK.
So there's the house. Yeah, one house.
And it was big enough, the little hole on the side was big enough
Yeah, plenty big enough, because it's not too bulky, there aren't too many seams. So that's your little house, and then you stuff it with your stuffing. Should we do that, or should we move on to
No,
flowers?
you carry on with that. Carry on with the stuffing, because I'm just getting the book up. People want to see through the book. He's clinging on for dear life there. I've taken his carrot off him. There you go. Oh. He's in the book. That's why he's there. He's in the book. I'll go through the book now. Right, I'll just...
Yeah,
have you got little tips about stuffing it?
Small and frequent. Don't take off too much, otherwise it ends up really bobbly.
Yes.
The smaller it is, the better it sits.
Mandy Shaw has these, like, forceps, medical forceps.
Oh, yes, they use that a lot in toy making.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they use it a lot in toy making. But just, this is fine, because the pieces are quite big and you can just get your finger in. So, yes, just small and often. And it's up to you how firmly you pad your house.
Yes.
These ones I haven't done too thick because they're either stuck on the wreath or they're stuck on a thing. But you don't have to go too thick. That's totally up to you. Yeah, so just
Marie says, can you make stuff from the book and sell it? That's Marie. Now, I know why you're asking that question, because I've been asked it before, and I went, oh, yes, of course you could. And then, not necessarily this book, there's a disclaimer inside some books that we see. So let me just double check, because it'll be either in one of the covers. You could put your own twist to it, make it slightly different, couldn't you? You can't reproduce the book, obviously, like all books. Oh, now, it does say in the book, the designs and projects in this book are copyright and must not be made for resale. Well, I can't tell you to make... I can't tell you to make them or not
Put your teeth in?
If you in the patent world, like in the fashion world, you know how there are shops on the high street who make things that have been seen on the catwalk the week before, and suddenly they're in by the. All they do is make a couple of discrete changes, and it's not you're using the essence of that designer rather than copying that designer. So if you are going to make them and resell them, make a few personal changes. So that's my opinion. That's my opinion. I will ask. Oh, I forgot to ask Rebecca about stitching that thing as well. I will ask where we stand, what we're allowed to. I mean, I'm just saying this off my own back now. So that's John Scott saying that, not Sewing Quarter saying that. But I think if you were to just make a few changes, because the thing is, right? You could. Somebody else could have thought of a little house like that, couldn't they? Do you know what I mean? So it's not necessary. So if you make it identical to that, I can see what they're saying. But anyway. We'll go through the book. While you're stuffing that, let's go through the book. So, good question, Marie. Thank you very much indeed. There's so much going on in this book. Oh, she's got short hair there.
Oh, yeah.
On most of the pictures, she's got long hair with a Hannah hairdo, hasn't she?
Maybe a spring cut.
Look, all these different contents down the side here. There's so much. Now, there's all the reversing and stuffing, the materials to use, mounting, the faces on them. They're just brilliant, aren't they? All the little tips you need. And then we start with garden angels. Not guardian, garden angels. The dress for the guardian angel, sun hat.
See,
and then we go on to the bird. And the garden angel wreath, which is this one here. Now, oh, look, then there's a picture of the flower, which we're about to do here, but I'm not quite sure where that's come from, because that's not on that page there. The bird, they all fit together. All the patterns you say are in the back. All the instructions are there. There's the birdhouse, which is what we're doing now.
Although they remind me of beach huts.
So, yeah, I was going to say they look more like beach huts, don't they? And there we go, the bumblebees. Jay the bumblebee. Jay's got a new girlfriend, and it's all moving very fast.
Exciting.
Flowers, these are what we're going to be doing in a minute. I say we, Victoria. We'll be doing those in a minute. Fragrant seed bags. Oh, I like those. Tapestry seed bags. There's so much going on here. Frogs. Look at the little frogs. We have to make the frogs. Look at them waving at the bottom there. Dungarees, dragonfly. Oh, that's not... Oh, I like that. Where I used to live in Twickenham, there was a Dutch couple who lived around the corner, and they would have, every few weeks, they'd have a different wreath. And so they'd have a Christmas wreath and an Easter wreath and things like that. But then they got into the stage of making all different wreaths for the door. It was always lovely to walk to the shops and see what they were doing next. Frog wreath. There's loads. Snails. Well, they are like the ones in the snail clip, but look, helpful snails, because they're carrying pillows. You can put him on a bit of wood, look, and make him an ornament, make him into a bookend.
Make him a pincushion.
Treehouse. Oh, that's nice. Like that. Oh, look, like a notice board there. Oh, we should make all these. Keep your bobbins on there. What else we got? Whimsy caps. And then, oh, hang on. I've done 2 pages over. The bird, is that what? No, that's not what you've done. You've done differently.
No, they've done that in conjunction with the cat.
Yes, the whimsy cat. Then the flowers in the background that we are about to do. But then, there's the rabbit, look. There's the rabbit clinging on for dear life on the bookstand here. Bunny decoration. I mean, I could go on and on and on. Oh, I like those.
See, this is where they've used the same house pattern, but in the applique version.
Which is where you'd need to cut it out
on the line.
On the line, rather than with a seam allowance. Nice. Painted item. Oh, crikey. We won't go there because we do sewing, not painting, but that's if you want to do painting. Bumblebee signboards. Oh, my word. Cotton and clay insects. It goes on and on and on. Card. Oh, now this is nice. Little cards. Really, really cute. And then all the patterns at the back. Now, these are all... Not like I said the other day, they're all life size. I don't mean life size. Actual size. Actual size. But if you wanted to, you could use your photocopier. If you were doing like or the frogs, for instance. Hang on, it's a bumblebee. There's the frog, right? Say you were doing the frogs. Maybe you want to do a mummy, daddy frog and little baby frog. So you could then make it bigger on your photocopier or smaller. And then you get all different sizes, wouldn't you?
Although I'd be scared of going smaller.
Oh,
with the froggy fingers.
Oh, yes, I suppose. So maybe the frog's not such a good idea. But the houses, you go smaller and bigger on the houses, couldn't you?
Yeah. And I think the houses would be quite nice, almost taller, more like a lighthouse.
Like in Townhouse, Notting Hill House.
Yeah, Townhouse.
What are you stitching up there?
So we just now, the gap that we left open for turning now needs to be stitched.
Right.
Stitched.
Shut. And what stitch are you using?
Well, on these ones, I've used a whip stitch.
Right.
Because it's quick and easy, and to be honest, you can't really see it.
Right.
But you could use a ladder stitch.
Yes.
Either or. Depends on where it's going and what you're using it
And you're just using a single thread?
Just using a single thread and a small stitch just over the edges. Oh,
no.
Tangled.
Also, it's not like, these are not going to be worn, so it's not like a garment.
No.
So you could just literally whip it together gently and it's not going to take the wear and tear of a piece of clothing or something like that.
And if you've seen the samples that I've made, you can't really see the whip stitches there. Oh. Come on, needle. So just take a couple of threads from each side of the seam. Sew over the top and then just sew to the end.
Okay.
And then that's your house done. And you can either, like I've done here, attach it to a wreath with a bit of glue, like a glue gun or some craft glue, or you could stitch it on.
I've never seen, and the technique you're using is very different to how I've seen people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, because that's why I was saying that it's never wrong, is it? But you're coming through towards you. And I've never seen that before.
Strange, isn't it, how we all have...
Different,
I'm going to call them foibles.
No, that's exactly the word I was going to use then.
Okay.
But it's doing the same job, you know what I mean? It's just we all hold things and do things differently, I suppose, that's all.
Yes, I don't know.
Intriguing. Right, so you've done the houses, but now you've put the houses on both a wreath and you've put one on a stick in the plant pot.
Yes, because that's what she's done in the book. She's used the same patterns and the same products in different ways.
Okay, so what stick did you use first?
I
of all?
used a skewer.
Like,
a skewer out the kitchen drawer.
Oh, okay, so
As
it's
in
a
meat
wooden
skewer.
I'll take it out of the
A
pot.
wooden
then.
meat skewer.
Oh. What's... Oh, I thought that... When I saw these earlier, I thought that was sand.
No, it's Oasis.
I didn't know you could get Oasis in sand colour. Right, so this is a skewer. So it's one you can buy from a supermarket that you'd make your kebabs on and things like that, your vegetable kebabs or whatever. How have you attached it?
I have put the sharp end of the skewer into the back of the house.
Oh, okay, straight through the fabric, not
Straight through the
underneath.
fabric. No, I put it slightly behind.
Right. Is there a reason to do
Because
that?
I thought it would sit a little bit better. And it does say that in the book, to put it in.
Oh, okay. Because I would
slightly
automatically, if I
behind.
hadn't got instructions, I'd automatically just push it through that bottom
The very
there.
bottom bit. I think it just sits a little better.
I'm always wrong, me. And then have you done stitches on there?
I've stuck a bit of glue on the end of that one. It does say you can baste it, but I thought, well, I'm not sure what you're basting it to.
Oh, okay, yeah, so
because
there,
you can't
little bit
baste
of
through a
glue on the
stick.
back of that
Because
one.
in the book, she's used sticks out of the garden.
Like bamboo?
No, like actual twigs.
Oh!
If
Oh, do
you
you know
look,
what?
she's
Hannah
used
said that
twigs.
this morning, and I said, don't be so ridiculous. I mean, bamboo sticks. What, off the tree? Off trees?
If you look on one of the pages, she's used actual...
Twig? Oh, sorry, don't tell Hannah I was right.
Let's see.
Hannah, you were right earlier. I apologise.
In one of them. Yeah, in this one you can see.
Yeah.
In here, she's used actual
yes.
twigs.
Well, I wouldn't get them from the garden. I'd go to the local woods and get ones that have dropped off the trees naturally. Because you don't want to be chopping all your trees down. And Hannah's saying, don't use willow tree. Don't know why. Don't know why. Be all wobbly if you use a willow tree. So that goes in there. Oops, that one goes in there. And that's it done then, basically,
So that's it
isn't
done. Use it however
So,
you like.
oh, now, we haven't looked on the wreath. Is it on there?
Yes, I've put a couple on there, and there's also a pattern in there for a little bird.
Oh, so you made two little houses there.
Yeah, and two little birds.
And two little birds. And they're in the pattern as well. We're
Yes,
not doing
they're in
those
the book
today,
as well.
but they're in the book as well.
I thought they'd just...
And they're just bagged out. You've just made a little beak there.
Yes,
you bagged
and
it through.
to turn it through, I have just snipped through one of the layers.
Because you knew you were stitching it onto there.
Yeah, and I've done the same thing with the little bird on this one, but I've stuck the bird to the house,
Oh,
the
yes.
front of the house.
Then the proportion goes a little bit weird then, doesn't it? Because either it's a
Giant
very tiny
bird.
house or a very, very
Although
big
they
bird.
do call them birdhouses, don't they?
Oh, yes. So
Rather
it is a
than-
birdhouse. But there's no hole for him to get in there. He's waiting
there
to get
isn't.
in,
He's
isn't he?
thinking, hold on.
Okay, so shall we move on?
Yes, let's move on to the
Oh,
flowers.
say that
that's
again,
done.
Hannah. Oh, yeah, the fat quarters. Before we move on to the next one. The one I've taken away is already sold out, so I've just got two left to show you. Oh, I've got fat quarter storage bags as well, if you want to have a look at those in a minute. Let's just go through these first. Pardon my garden. This is, you get three fat quarters in here. Now, that's the fabric that the monkey's made out of, that one, isn't it? Do you want to have a look? Says here, it's 50 centimetres by 55, but I'll just show you what that is. Basically, with the fat quarter, depending on whether it comes from America or it comes from Europe, right? If it's in Europe, they take a metre and they cut it down the middle that way and across the middle that way. So a fat quarter is one of those, which is why a fat quarter from UK or Europe will be slightly bigger than an American one, because we take a metre and they take a yard in America. But it's basically there. So there's nothing there for all these little projects, aren't there? You get three of those for £13.95. Really lovely, vibrant colours, aren't they? I'll just fold that up recently. Oh, there you go. There's a picture of them there. And then people multi-buy in this bundle. I'm not surprised. The other Tilda bundle sold out, remember? Remember, the other Tilda bundle has gone from today. And and then we got the spotty one, the dots, which I love because they're all like vintage, apart from the bright pink at the bottom. They're very vintage and they're very washed out. So there you've got the 5 washed out ones there. And then my favourite one there, the bright pink one there. So you get 6 of those. Pale pink, olive, pale blue, darker blue. That kind of washed out. You can imagine they would have been, like they've been sun-bleached almost, and then the very vibrant pink. Get 6 of those. Now, they're 54 by 45 centimetres, £13.95. Okay, let's now, we've only got 20 minutes, we're going to go and move on. We're now making one of these, aren't we?
Yes. Now, they come in, there's two different options for how you make your flowers. This one uses 3 sets of petals, and the other one uses 2 sets of petals.
Oh, sorry, I
so
didn't
you can
notice.
create 2 different flowers using the same pattern. The petals for some here, this is the petal piece on the in the book.
Right.
And it says to either cut 4 or 6.
Right.
So
depending on whether you're doing the 3 or the
Yeah.
2 or the 3, yes.
Yes. So you cut out those, and you follow the same process of adding those seam allowances.
Okay.
So I've done that to the petal piece, I've done that to the centre piece,
Oops.
and I've done it to, they've called it ears for some reason, so I don't know whether they do 2 jobs in the book, but these are
Right.
the petals at the bottom.
Leaves.
Leaves, yes, not petals, leaves.
Well,
But they've called them
what would
ears.
they call them? Ears.
But like I say, I don't know if they've
But
used
that
it.
could, yes.
No, they don't look the right
No,
shape for that.
no, they're
anyway,
not the rabbit's
they're on the
ears,
same
are they?
page as these, so you don't
Oh,
get
okay,
confused.
that's fine,
So that's fine.
I told you anyway in the book, just so you know, the linen look fabric that Victoria's used is this. I can't waft it, it's just this lovely, lovely piece. It's a cotton, it doesn't crease like linen, but it's linen effect. Coming across the bottom of your screen right now. Linen texture fabric by Macawa in linen, but it's not linen. For 4, that's really confusing. Linen texture fabric by Macawa in linen. I think the colour is linen.
Yes,
£4.95
it comes
for
in
half
different
a metre.
colourways.
Yes.
So that's the linen colourway.
Okay.
So what I'm doing here is I'm just tracing, like you were, it's sort of similar to what you were saying before about how you sew around the pattern piece and then cut out.
Yes.
But I've cut out, and I'm just going to trace the pattern piece onto. Now, you can certainly just sew, but going around the very top section here is stitch, pivot, stitch, pivot, stitch,
Oh, okay.
pivot. It's quite a slow process to make sure it's as smooth as possible.
Yes.
And I had varying success because I was in
okay.
a rush. Some were nice and smooth and some were not quite so.
But there's so many projects in this book, aren't there? Crafters Tilding Friends book to do. Just pick which one you want to do. We've been through it all. There's so many you can choose. We're using the Pardon My Garden fat quarters to make these flowers. So when you have you left a bagging out?
No, this one we're not turning through in that way. We stitch all the way around and then you snip on the inside.
Oh, okay. I'll let you do it. I'll let you do
and
it.
pull
I'll let you do
through.
it.
So I'll whiz round this whilst you.
I can see. I'll hide that one because that's one you're going to tell us about today.
Yes, that's
the book, £7.95, an ideal gift, a really, really lovely, lovely gift. The fat quarters, if you're not going to make these things out of them, they're also, so there's the book, £7.95. Then you've also got the fat quarters, the spotty one and the Pardon My Garden one. But if there's the Pardon My Garden one at the bottom of the screen, that's the one with 3 fat quarters in, and then there's a spot one as well, which I'll show you in a second. While you're just stitching that, if you want storage, we've got these cute little fat quarter bags. They're designed specially to carry fat quarters. Now, these have just come out of their bundling, so they are a bit creased. When they get warm and you put fat quarters in them, they will not fluff out, that's the wrong word. So the pink one first. The pink one first. What you've got is basically, I'll show you the pattern.
You know, a good tip for sorting out oilcloth is just blow it gently with a hairdryer.
Well, we did last time. This is what I was trying to be discreet about.
Oh,
right?
really? Sorry.
I haven't got a hairdryer, obviously. But Natasha normally leaves hers in the dressing room, but she hasn't. She's taken, and we normally borrow hers, but she's taken it home, so we couldn't do that this morning. So, and then Joe was like, "Oh, use the steamer." Like, yeah. Anyway. Keep all your fat quarters in there, but if you didn't want to just keep your fat quarters, you make a little project. You've got these dividers, which you could almost, well, you can put them in, you see, like that. But if you're doing going to a lesson, like Angie was saying yesterday, she was teaching this week, wasn't she? If you're going to a lesson, you need to take your fat quarters, your threads, and everything like that. Even though it's called a fat quarter storage, you don't need to just store it at home. You could use it as a little portable bag.
Yeah, it's a good storage, good project bag.
Yeah, and you can see what's in your project bag without opening it up, because the other side is completely see-through, look. Oh, come on, John, one job. There we go. There you go. That's the pink one. It's only £8.95. Do you know what? When Hayley and I went to that craft show, that sewing show at the NEC, I saw these on a stand. I'm like, oh, Hayley, we have to get some of those. She went, you've got them on your show tomorrow, John. This was ages ago now. Right, okay, and then the blue, I don't need to show you how it works, it's exactly the same. The blue version, yes. 31 by 25 by 11 centimetres. £8.95. Anyway, that's the blue one, £8.95. Now, we need to see you pivot and turn, pivot and turn, pivot and turn.
Just doing little by little. They're quite...
Because it's quite an acute circle.
a curve, it is.
Curve, isn't it?
Yeah. A bit, and then back to
yeah, like you were saying, this is why I think on some of Tilda's projects, she gets you to, before you cut the fabric out, you draw it, and then you machine round, and you machine round on the line, so you've actually got a line to follow.
You've got something to follow. Like I was saying with that frog, you wouldn't want to go too small.
No,
Just going around his little fingers.
Yes. Are they called fingers on a frog? What would you call those bits on a frog's hand? Suckers, aren't they?
I'm not sure what I'd call those. Okay, so you've gone round on the line, or near-ish the line. Snip into these corners. And then I'm going to use the pinking shears to go around the outside.
Well, I was going to say, because otherwise you'd be snipping... If you haven't got pinking shears, what you then can do is you've got to do notches all the way round.
All the way round, but that felt like a lot of work.
So the pinking shears save time and energy and stress. We get some of these for Jay. Pinking shears, because he doesn't get stressed. Pinking shears, 21.5 centimetres, 8.5 inches, £14.95.
Follow round.
Now, we're going to cut all the way round, and then you said you're going to cut into the back. Would you use duck build scissors, or can you just do it with normal scissors?
On this instance, I've just used normal scissors, because you sort of have to pinch the fabric, and you're only doing a little turning through.
And you can only do this, you can only do the next technique if you're mounting it on to something else. Because obviously, if it's going to be like, you couldn't do it on a bag. Unless then you could line the bag, I suppose. Yeah. I'm just thinking because you're going to have an open seam, cut behind, don't you?
Yes, this is the one that I made earlier, and if you turn it over, you can see.
Okay. This is one we made earlier. Victoria.
You were there in spirit.
No, I wasn't. I was asleep. So you see, Victoria's she's doing it now on this one.
Just cutting towards the ends of each of the petals.
So we just see that very quickly. There you go.
So I've cut a little snip in the middle and then a snip towards each side.
Of those, okay.
Because it just makes it easier for turning.
Now you see, my fingers wouldn't get in there.
Well, you would then just shove and use your...
The Derek the Dobber. Oh, there it is.
Derek.
Oh, we've got a message for Derek. Oh, he doesn't talk like that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's here. It's coming through here. From Wendy. Oh, it's a different Wendy. Are you sure that is Derek the Dobber and not Harry Potter's wand? Do you know what? I've never seen a Harry Potter film. Recently found sewing quarter slightly addicted. Oh, Wendy, thank you. Doesn't say where you're from, just from the web. Just from the web. Thank you, Wendy, my love.
I've not seen this with the
this is new. We only got this yesterday.
Straight in. It's fab.
Yeah. Had to have the big writing put on, though.
So, push those out.
Oh, yes, yesterday, Jane, on the sewing machines, because you're facing that way, Jane from Elna, she started going, she started reading out from there, and I was like, all right, Jane, my job.
Oh, can I put hints and tips on there? So that if I forget things...
What I can put on there is I can put all the details of what we're selling, and I don't know what else I can put. What else can I put on there? And your messages can go on there, and there's something else, there's 3 things you can go on there. Oh, I know. It's rating my performance of the day. There's something called, what's that thing called? Dashboard. No, is it called dashboard? What's it called? Yeah, I can see how well I'm doing as well and things. I don't look at that.
Okay, so you push all those out and then you stuff. But with this, you don't want to stuff the whole thing completely like you would be stuffing a toy.
Oh, okay.
You're just stuffing the ends of the petals because of how it's constructed and put together.
Okay, so hang on this one then. So, I see. So the middle bit here, where we've cut the 3 notches, there's no padding there at all. So you've just padded there to here. So it's padded to there, and padded to there. Like a milking stool.
Yeah. Look at that.
Or a little pair of trousers. Borrower's trousers. Oh.
And then you stuff the ends, again, little bits at a time to fill those. And then when that's full, you can layer the petals together.
Watching Sewing Quarter is like having friends with the same hobbies as you do in your home. Lovely. Oh, Marie, thank you. That's a lovely message. We got a message from a lady in New York who's watching New York.
Wow.
And there was Lucy and I were on, and she messaged in and she said, oh, it's like having my two best friends in the kitchen. While I'm tidying the kitchen, we're just chatting away. We're like, no, we're sewing, actually. We're not just chatting.
Being industrious.
Hannah says we can go and tidy her kitchen anytime.
Should have seen mine this morning when I left. Ooh, not great. Deal with that later.
Yep. My director, Timothy, is saying he's never seen me sew anything. He obviously hasn't been on my sewing shows.
What's your favourite thing to sew?
Well, I used to do period
Costuming.
costumes and things, and then I started making wedding dresses and ball gown. I made my mum a ball gown for her. She had to go to a ball with Princess Margaret. Princess Margaret was at, and she's like, I've got nothing to, I've got nothing to. And my mum was quite short, and apple-shaped, so I made her a blue and red, well, it was blue shot taffeta dress with like little red hints on it and everything like that. And I got so many orders from that ball.
Did you?
It was incredible. So then she got invited back the next year. So we had to go bigger and better the next year.
Yes.
And I had fabric. It was dangerous fabric. It was gorgeous. It was from Paris. It had little bits of glass on it, but they sparkled like she just shimmered as she walked in. And I said, "Don't do this though, because you'll end up shredding your hands on the fabric." But
Okay. So now you've got either 2 sets or 3 sets of petals.
yes.
And they need attaching together. So I put them covering
Oh,
those
that's a good
empty,
idea.
those bits where you've opened up.
Yes.
And then if you go round with a hand sewing needle,
Yep.
stitch those together.
Brilliant.
And that hides.
I haven't got any message yet to Hannah. Sorry.
How are we doing?
Oh yes, Jay. Jay hasn't booked me yet to meet his girlfriend's wedding. Well, I don't know if you could afford me, Jay. Anyway, you can't know what it's like till the day.
No, true.
And you've got a message from Julie in Cheshire. Hello, Julie, my love. I am also addicted to your shows, John. Loving the channel, and Tilda from Julie. Thank you so much.
Julie.
It does mean an awful lot to us that you're enjoying it so much.
That's
right.
nice.
So you're stitching. Where are we then? You're doing the
So I'm
6th
just
one. that one.
stitching.
Oh,
No, you can put a dab of glue on so that that doesn't happen.
let me get the other one out then. Whoops. I'm loving that noise.
Quite satisfying.
It's called Oasis, Hannah.
Like in flower arranging.
No, you can't push your fingers in it. Oh, when it's wet,
When
you
it's
can.
wet.
When it's wet, you can, yeah. Right, so this is what we've made here. So this is the flower. This is the back. So that's where Victoria's attaching the 2 together, and she's put the ones with the cuts together. So you're going to enclose any raw edges anyway, so you're not going to see any of your raw edges there. To create that, if that was the top of a helicopter, I wouldn't get in. Let's just put it that way. Hannah said, does it look like a... Look, we've got to be careful because we're going to run out of time. So we've made the flower. We've put the... not shoved, but we've put the sharp end of the...
Yes. And
kebab stick, what's it called? Skewer, through that. But then you've also got...
the front portion
Yes.
is made in the same ways that you've made the petals. So that is a circle, draw around the circle, stitch round, pink all the way around, pinch the 2 apart.
Oh. And then cut a little nick
And then
in,
cut
turn
your
it through.
little hole. And turn it
I'd
through.
almost quite like it like that. So before you
Oh, yes,
cut that,
you could. That would be
I'd
pretty
quite
as
like
well.
that, you see. If you'd made a circle with the pinked edges, look, you see, and then stitch that on, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
That would look nice as well.
You see a little pinked edge. Now, there's one difference, you see.
Yes.
There's one difference. You make a
Make it
little
different.
pinked edge around there. So that's that. And then the ears, or the leaves, as they're called.
Those are constructed in the same way as the house, in that you stitch around but you leave a gap for turning.
Oh, OK. So you don't
So
cut
I've
those in the back.
left-
Yeah.
That one here.
You got that?
So I've stitched that.
Oh,
left
yes.
a hole for turning.
And then you'll just hand stitch
And
that
then
up.
hand stitch that
Of course, you
closed.
can't see it on the actual thing.
No. Oh, because my stitching is just so neat.
Well, it's so neat and back to front.
Back to front. Maybe it's because I grew up in Australia. It's just upside down. So that's just a rough stitch here, just joining these 2 together. Oh.
OK, just so you know, half of the Pardon My Garden fat quarter allocated today have gone, and there's plenty of the spotty ones.
And I thought these would be nice. If you're buying someone a bunch of flowers,
Yes.
you could put one of these in with it.
Oh, so
as
they
a
could keep
keepsake.
it. Yes. We just do them a whole bunch of these.
Or a whole bunch of these, depends how much you love them.
I just think that is a lovely gift, though, because, like you say, it's made by. That's obvious. Oh, now I just need to point out as well. This is the 6. This is three.
Three
Three
so
of
this
those
is with 2.
sewn together, and then they've done a bigger central
Yes,
bit on that one.
because of the way that where the joins are, they've just made given a bigger circle.
It all explains it in the book. All explains in the Crafting Tilda's Friends. Very neat round the back. Look, I'll just show you around the back of there.
Yes, because of the way I've layered them, it hides those holes that you've made.
I just think that's really cute. Just one of those on their own. I think it'd look lovely on the end of your mantelpiece. Just so you know, that ruler,
Da-da-da.
it's very popular today as well. This is brilliant. It's called a quilter's ruler because it's got that 1/4 inch seam that's extra. So you've got your inch measurement there, and then you've got your 1/4 inch there. It's the Alpha quilting rule, non-slip, £5.95. Add it to your order at £5.95. Add it to your order. Brilliant. Like Victoria's saying, she's got one like this, but it's only a 6-incher, which would be fine for doing these little seam allowances, but for any other, like when you're doing quilting, because a lot of blocks go up to 12 inches, don't they? So that would be good for your block on your £5.95. Fantastic. Right, keep going.
I'm still going off.
Yeah,
Slip
you keep
stitch,
going.
this one
And remember,
goes.
this is in the book as well. Put the carrot in his pocket. Loads of fabulous ideas, cute little ideas. That's in the book as well. So whether you've got a stash at home, or whether you've got fat quarters at home, or in these little wooden buttons, come back. You'll see your little wooden buttons featured in the next hour.
See, the little buttons would look nice on these houses.
Yes, that's because Rebecca Reid nicked them all, you see, for her
Stole
project.
all the
so.
buttons. She's
Beverly says it's a good way to use up your old buttons, but we sell them at Beverly as well if you want to buy them. And in fact, we've got them coming up in the next show.
Because you might want a matching set.
Of buttons.
Well, she says use your old buttons. You may not have a set.
Oh, yes. I haven't got any old buttons. I give mine to Anne in the village. She loves my buttons. So every time I end a shirt or rip a shirt on me, I have to cut them all off and drop them into her. Now the book. This is important. £7.95. Incredible. A gift, lovely, lovely gift, whether it's a gift for yourself, because I think self-gifting is the way to go. £7.95 for, you're getting all of Tone's little friends in there, the whimsical cats, the helpful snails, the jay bumblebees. Oh, maybe we could make that the theme at your wedding. Because when we did what's she called, that married Fergie, she had bumblebees embroidered all on her veil, didn't she? No, not Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas, Fergie that married into royalty. With the lovely ginger hair. I didn't do Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas wedding dress, I'm afraid. £7.95 says. Now, you're back in an hour, aren't you?
Yes, I am back in an hour.
And what are you making now?
We're making a picnic bag.
Oh,
With
yeah,
some
it's
rather nice
lovely.
prints.
Don't miss that. It's a really lovely picnic bag. We've got kits, so you can do it in red or in blue. It's really lovely. But we've got Rebecca Reid up next with, the kipper. No, it's not a kipper. It's a goldfish. It's a goldfish laundry bag, but it is the most brilliant kit. It's got, it's just brilliant because you're getting a free magazine. I'll tell you all about it when she comes on. You're getting a free magazine and a pattern to do so many different things. It's just fantastic. We'll see you. Thank you so much. We'll see you in an hour's time.
See you then.
Rebecca Reid is up straight after this break. Go nowhere.
Join us on Facebook. Simply search for The Sewing Quarter and like our page for the latest news and more. Join us on Saturday the 29th of April when Tilly Rose makes her debut on Sewing Quarter, demonstrating the remarkable threads inkjet printable fabric. Tilly is a creative designer who concentrates on textures and layering fabrics. Tilly is also a brand ambassador for Threads Inkjet Printable Fabrics, which she uses to make beautiful, unique projects with any designs or images that can be printed on a standard inkjet printer. So join us on Saturday the 29th of April at 9 a.m. for Tilly Rose and the amazing Threads Printable Fabric. Only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
Sewing Quarter is at the very heart of sewing as we bring you all things sewing and quilting. The team behind us live and breathe sewing day to day. We strive to bring you exclusive offers, exciting live demonstrations, and most importantly, we will custom cut fabric to your specification in our very own cutting room. We will also be bringing you TV exclusives that you won't be able to find anywhere else. So come and join us today at the Sewing Quarter.
Welcome to the Sewing Quarter!
Did you know there are multiple ways you can contact us, even if it's just to ask a question? Our friendly team are always on standby. You can call our customer service team at 0800 112 4433, email us at help@sewingquarter.com, visit our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter @sewingquarter, and even message us through our website, and our presenters will answer your questions live on air.
When you spend £10 on your first purchase, you will receive this free sewing kit from the Sewing Quarter worth £14.99. Join us on Sunday the 30th of April when Angela Atwood will be bringing the fabulous Galaxy quilt back to Sewing Quarter. This kit is truly out of this world as it contains a sublime range of fabrics featuring rockets, planets, spacemen and stars, together with all the thread, wadding and fabric you need to create the quilt and full instructions with easy to follow steps. So join Angela Atwood on Sunday the 30th of April at 9 a.m. for the Galaxy Quilt Kit, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
We got him. Don't you think it looks like... well, I don't really want to call him a kipper. What fish was he based on, Rebecca Reid?
Just a fish. You know,
just a fish.
Like a fluffy fish.
Just a fish. Isn't it lovely? Isn't it lovely? I'm going to talk about this in a second because I've got two bundles. I'll just show you them quickly. And I'll get Rebecca to talk more about it. But this bundle, you get, right, you get this free Simply Sewing magazine. You also get a dress pattern, which we're not making in this hour, but we should have been really, shouldn't we? And you get all the patterns. Now, you'll notice when I go over in a second, you'll see all sorts, like an ironing board cover. Oh, your display thing's dropped a little bit there, I think, behind you. A peg bag, everything. All the I'll go through it all, but all the patterns are in here. That's what you get. Now, not only do you get that, you also get the packet of buttons. You get the fabric. Now, you're seeing the orange one. Oh, now, is that the orange one? I thought it was orange when the fishes were orange. No, that's the wrong graphics. That's the wrong graphics. That's the wrong picture there. So basically, what you get is you get this is the orange one with the orange fish in it, which is gorgeous fabric. There you go. So you get half a metre of the fish fabric. There it is. Yeah, that's better. You get, oh, there's more than half. There's a metre of the grey fabric. You get the ribbon, which you get 4 metres of. I'll go through all this over there with Rebecca in a minute. You get the thread, you get the ribbon, you get the buttons, and you get the magazine with all the patterns. $19.95. I'd get this now. I'd get this now. While you're looking at that, I'll just wander over. Right, Rebecca. Oh, hang on. What? We'll show you the other bundle. We'll show you the other bundle. Hang on. Sorry about this, Rebecca. We're having so many issues today.
Bundle issues.
Yeah. Go on then. There's the bundle. Now they're calling that the blue bundle. That's the blue bundle there. So the fishes are the blue with the orange fabric for £19.95. I'll go through all of it with you in a second. But before we start, we had a question earlier about, because I said last night you were painting these one, two.
I did, yeah.
Of course,
1, 2,
Jane's
3.
taken them off the bag now, but you can tell that's 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, you can shinier.
The question was, would you use a Teflon foot on it?
No, I think it's fine with just a normal foot.
I'll tell you in a second, right?
Yeah,
so just
fine.
a normal foot,
Yeah.
because in the first hour, what we did was we did this Odicoat fabric coating gel. It was so popular, really, really popular. Just paint brushes onto your fabric 1, 2, or 3 times to create like a waterproof and an oilskin effect. Now, the thing is, the lady asked if we should use a Teflon. I know that when they made this, they didn't use a Teflon.
I think it's fine because it's not as shiny as like an oilcloth.
No.
So it won't stick. It's not. It's got a bit more rough texture to it.
But it's just, that's going to go through your machine,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
isn't it? And you don't
fine.
need to change a needle or anything like that. You
No,
just
no.
literally-
And if you use several layers of it, you might want to stick a jeans needle in because
Oh,
it's
yes,
a bit of thickness.
but that's lots and lots of
Yeah,
layers.
I mean, it
That'd
does
be lots
add a
of
bit
lots.
of thickness.
Yes.
So just remember that.
£14.95. We will start Rebecca's show. I just want you to see this before we go on. It's £14.95. Fabric coating gel. If you missed the show, at 12 o'clock today on our website, the show will be showing again, or you can just look at it on YouTube after 12 o'clock and you'll see. But make sure you get that. Right, it's been on once or twice, sold out. We've been waiting for it to come back. It's come back now. You're loving it, we're loving it, and I need one for my Chris, my next door neighbour. So, any questions, just let me know. Remember, if you send me a web chat, Hannah can send it here. Any questions for Rebecca, just she'll send it through for us down here. Right, now let's start at the beginning. Let's not even look at your fish pattern to start with, because we've got this one open. So this is the magazine that is close to your heart.
Yeah, this is the magazine that I work for. I'm the technical editor of Simply Sewing.
Okay. And so you get this magazine for free, right?
Yeah, completely.
Now, before I go through the magazine, you also get this free pattern. It's called the Jelly Dress. Now, how much would that be worth? How much would you pay? Now, look, but also it's tops and skirts.
Yeah, it's a top and a dress.
So you can make a dress
Yes, or
or
just a
3
top.
different tops there.
No, or just a top.
Oh, hang on.
Or it's just different variants of fabrics you could use.
Oh,
But you
okay, so
can
it's the
make
same tops, the same
either
top
the dress
or
or
the dress.
just the top.
Could you make just the skirt as well?
No, because it's an all-in-one dress that goes from the top all the way down, and then the top is sewn
Oh,
on.
that's clever.
So it's
Anyway, we're not doing that today.
No, we're not doing that.
That's
no.
what you get. But you get that anyway. You get that for free, and you get this magazine, right? Which is a fabulous magazine. But what we're concentrating on today, you don't remember the page, do you? Oh, there it
It's
is.
at the beginning. Yeah.
So look, it's a whole luxury laundry, isn't it? So, wash, dry, fold, and repeat. Just step back, Rebecca. Wash, dry, fold, and repeat. The instructions for that. Ironing board cover. Now that's a beautiful old-fashioned ironing board, isn't it? Oh, even with the basket underneath. We've got done a manky old grey one, but there, it's a beautiful. If you want any of these fabrics, they are on the website. They are on our website. If you want to go for any of these fabrics here, that's the Harbour Life, that one there, and that's Clouds. If you want any of those. But, oh, look. Oh, there it is. It's moved.
There it is.
Peg bag.
Peg bag. Should we bring it
That's in here as well. The peg bag.
With the hole. With the porthole.
Yeah, with the porthole
Like the
and a peg. You don't
and
get
a
the
peg.
peg. Obviously, these are just ideas. They're in the magazine. If you want any of these fabrics. Then we've got the fish. This is the fish laundry bag that we're going to be making today. But we put it into a kit form for you. Is there anything else? Oh, yes, there's a great big... Where's the great big...
Well, the big laundry basket.
Yeah,
I didn't
and
bring
there's
that.
a great big
It's too
laundry
big to
basket
carry.
there as well. So that... Oh, no, and the baskets.
And the baskets.
Look. Now, obviously, we don't make the baskets, but it shows you how to make the...
But the fabric we do sell, the orange fabric, so you could just buy the fabric.
So you can
and
buy the fabric by
cover
the
your
half
own
metre. By the half
basket.
metre.
The instructions in the magazine tell you how to make a liner to fit your own basket,
Okay.
which is...
But this also comes... this also comes with your kit, right?
With the fish bag pattern.
Looks bigger in there.
I know it does, doesn't it? But
This is the fish bag pattern. These are flowers. Now, these are later in the magazine where they've done embroidery, or you've called it...
Crewel embroidery, I did that one, yeah.
Yes, but it's, the page had a nice... it wasn't just called... Workshop.
And it was how to stitch crewel work.
That's it. It's how you...
Yeah.
Then these, what are these?
They are the budgie.
Oh! Right. I forgot that was in here. Sorry. I've just got to show you this. This is the most recent. Look, it's got Joe Carter's budgies in there. Now, we're going to be doing those on air very, 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 very soon.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Aren't they fantastic?
They are lovely. They're sitting in my cupboard at work. I was going to bring them.
No,
It's
save
only
them for
soap,
the
but then I
show.
thought, no, don't want to give you everything at
So we're
once.
definitely doing those. We're definitely doing those soon.
Budgies.
So that's the budgie. Well, so you're going to get the budgie. You don't even have to wait for the show. But then look on the other side. You've got the laundry for the laundry bag. You've got the laundry sign there. You've got the... Oh, What's that? Little girl's dress?
That's a dress. That's the top of the little girl's dress.
Laundry bag.
That's
Laundry
the
day
peg bag.
bags. That's the peg bag template there. So in the magazine, it tells you how to make the liners for your basket, for a basket you've got at home.
Yeah.
It tells you how to make your ironing board cover for your ironing board cover at home.
Yeah.
It shows you've got the template for the wash, dry, fold and repeat. And you've got the fish that we're going to do now, the fish
bag.
pattern. And you've got, in the magazine, there's a crewel embroidery project. You've got the templates for those. And if you want to make the budgie, you've got the pattern for the budgie as well. Right, that's not all you get. That's not all you get in this bundle. Look at this, right? You get 1/2 metre of the orange fish fabric in the orange one. Fish fabric. You get 1 metre of the grey fabric. You get your thread. You get your ribbons. You get your... Now, look, there's a whole bag of buttons in there, and you only need 2 for the project.
Yeah.
You get 4 metres of ribbon, and you only need...
1.5.
1.5 metres for the project. So you've got pieces for your stash. So that's the orange one you're seeing there. And if you look at the blue... no, that's the grey one. Oh, hang on. 1 metre of the orange, you get the packet of butter, and you get the orange thread. And you still get the magazine and everything that comes...
Trace this pattern and enlarge them a bit because you need to add the seam allowances.
Oh, OK.
Okay?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd have had to give 3 separate patterns and it would have been
No,
harder.
I understand. But that'll be explained.
That's all. It's all explained in there. So what you can either do is cut it along here and then extend it. But I would say to them, just trace it and to the bottom of this piece, add a 1.5 centimetre seam allowance.
Yes.
To the top and the bottom of this piece, add your seam allowance.
Yes, yeah.
And to the top of the tail piece, add it. Okay.
But also, you need this in one piece because the lining inside...
You need it for the lining.
...is a different... But we'll get to that in a second.
So once you've...
Right, I just want to ask a question. Why has yours got rounded fins and mine's got pointed fins? Not your fin, is it? Your tail?
Oh, well, because once you've sewn in there, and this includes the seam allowance.
Oh, OK.
Yeah, so once you sew in there...
Oh, OK, right, OK.
The curve
So
becomes
this
smaller.
outside includes the seam allowance, but the in between the sections doesn't.
Just because it makes it simpler, because the lining is cut as one piece.
Yes.
So you cut 2 pieces of the lining. I've sewn these together, so
yes,
you just do that. But you cut 2 pieces of the lining fabric.
Right, I'm just turning it inside out so you can see that the whole of the inside...
Well, otherwise, if you didn't line it, it would fray a bit,
Yes.
and then you'd have that mixed up with your laundry, and that would be quite annoying.
Exactly. Oh, yes, exactly.
So that's why it's lined.
Also, you might not want to use it. You see, the thing
Well,
is, I know some
need
girls
to be for
who
laundry.
wouldn't want... They'd be like this. They'd be out on the town like this.
Well, go and look at me with my fish bag.
Yes, exactly. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a laundry bag, does it?
It could be anything. Well, it could be a little toy bag, couldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Or if you're an old trout, like we used to work with Commel, didn't we? We used to call everyone, all right, you old trout.
You could put your
get one of these
potatoes
for
in
us,
it.
couldn't we? Anyway,
so you cut out 2 pieces of the lining fabric, which is the plain one, and you cut out... I see, I've already cut mine out. The tail, you remember you've done your seam allowances, so if I show you what it looks like...
Right. If you're worried that you're going to miss something now, because we will banter about a bit,
we keep moving backwards and forwards.
If you're worried that you're going to miss something, remember you get this magazine for free. Look at the instructions. Look at the instructions.
And they've got all the pictures.
Who took all those pictures? They're not very good photographers. I'm only joking, because I know she took them. But basically, they're thorough. Because what's your title? Technical editor. Which means she's down to the last pinhole, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Attention to detail. So you've got all the instructions, everything you need. Well, everything you need is in the kit, but all the instructions about everything, photographs of what you're doing when, and everything like, oh, that moved on to the next one. But you know what? But it's not just for the fish bag, it's for everything. It's for all of them, all the instructions are there. But we're just concentrating on the fish bag now. Just so you know, so if you think, oh, I didn't catch that, it all comes in the magazine. So you get the pattern pieces and the instructions all in the magazine.
So you cut out now your fish tail, and can you see now how that, see where that dotted line is?
Yeah.
My fish tail is 1.5 centimetres higher than that, so I've added the seam allowance on.
1.5 centimetres, so you're not a quilter then, you're a sewist.
Yes. Well, we had to make a decision. Do we go metric and do we go imperial?
Yeah.
And so
but also, they only do 1/4 inch, don't they?
I know, but I don't like 1/4 inch. I don't think it's enough.
No, I don't.
I like a bit of extra. And also, it means it's easier to sew with more, and then you can trim it down later. I do prefer a 1.5 centimetre seam.
Now, if you're at home and you're getting confused about these colours, right? The one that Rebecca's making, which has got the blue fishes on, only because it's me and Hannah are getting confused, That's the details there at the bottom there. So the details at the bottom of the screen are this one. But don't let this confuse you, because this is the colour of the fish, right? So this is the orange one, and that's the blue one. Go by the colour of the actual fish print. Blue, orange. Ignore everything else going on. Now, they're only £19.95. I'd buy one of each myself. But
I think you had 2 fish bags then.
2 fish bags, yeah.
So then you cut out the middle section from the fish.
Right.
Yeah, and then the top section from the orange.
Right.
And then you cut out...
You're saying this, but they could do it whichever way they want to. Really,
well, they could. Yes, they could. Although you've
only got half from each of that one.
Yes, but you could do the head and tail the other way around, but you would have to line it in the plain.
Yes.
Because you wouldn't have enough. But you could have the head and the tail in fish and the centre in plain if you wanted to. That's up to you. And then you need these. See these little bits here? These are the casing.
You're racing ahead. We're only quarter.
Am I?
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm panicking. We're not going to finish it. I'm not going to finish it.
No, you've got plenty of time to finish, unless you're very slow at sewing. So, let's just concentrate on the front here. So we've cut out the 3 panels.
Yeah, and then you have to cut out these pieces as well.
Right, okay.
So do that at the same time.
Which of these bits?
And in the magazine, it tells you the size to cut them.
Okay.
But basically, you cut 2 rectangles. You
and
won't
they're
need
going
them
to be your case.
so you don't need those just yet.
Right, lots of
So
people
put them to one
are
side.
asking about the fabrics that you've made these out of, the Harbour Life fabrics, everything like that. If you go to our website, which is www.sewingquarter.com, go to shopping. You press on fabric. Oh, there you go. You press on patterned fabrics by length. Click on pattern there, and then you can search Marina range. Look at the top there. And then look, you can work down. You've got the clouds. You've got the tossed yachts. You've got the beach houses.
Oh, and there's harbour down the bottom.
And there's harbour down the bottom. So all the different... And also, you see the stripy one there? Rebecca's made an apron. You made an apron out of that stripy one, didn't you?
with the stripy and the clouds.
Yeah. So they're all together. They're all together on the website, because people are asking about those fabrics just quickly. Okay. Right. So let's carry on. So you've got your 6 panels of your fish.
Yeah, and remember, you've got the back and the front are the same.
Yes.
So remember, you've got to cut them.
Yes.
Same. So when you've cut everything out, put your casing bits and your lining bits to one side. Because I like to cut out everything at the beginning.
Yeah.
I don't like to cut it out as I go along.
No, because that can then be put away then.
Because otherwise, you've then got to get it all out and cut it again.
Yes,
don't like doing that. And also, you might have cut it wrong, and then you've run out. And anyway. So put the head and the body right sides together.
Yeah.
I've done this one earlier to show you.
Yes.
And sew that.
Right, with your 5/8 seam allowance, or 1.5 centimetres.
1.5 centimetres, as specified in the magazine.
Yeah.
And open it out.
Yes.
Can you see I've got a pin here? That's quite important.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the eye. So
how do you know? Is it on the pattern?
It's on the pattern. See, look.
No.
Eye position.
I told you she was thorough, didn't I?
Well, you need to get it in just the right place, don't you?
Do you know what? I'd be doing that. If I open that, I'd be going like, oh, so that goes there.
So you can mark that. I marked it with a little pin, but you could put a pencil mark or something.
Or a tailor's tack or anything.
Anything, but it's just easier to do it now. It's really annoying when you get to the end.
Does it matter where the eye goes?
No, but I've worked it out so that when you pull that, you can still see it.
So if you do it too high, it could be caught in the gap.
Yeah.
If you put it down there, it'd be like a bit of a squinty eye.
So I did that, and then I pinned it on, and then I held it up and thought about it. And then after that, I marked on the bottom.
Do you know what? I don't think she has a life. Sewing, taking pictures, doing writing. Right, so
anyway, that's what that pin there is for.
We're just still on one side. You've sewn those two together.
Yeah, now I'm going to sew the tail one.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So...
Now, we've not worked together before like this. So do you pin or do you...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do people not then? I've got to put my glasses on, I can't see.
Put your glasses on.
Can't see otherwise. Why? Do people not then?
Yeah, Jo Carter never pins.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing, because she's really neat.
You're very neat.
I know, but...
Oh, now you see you're pinning that way.
I always pin that way. Well, because...
No, I'm not saying you're wrong.
No,
Don't
but
get me wrong. We're not...
if I was doing a curved seam, I'd pin that horizontally. But if I'm doing a straight seam, I always pin vertically.
So you take your pins out, obviously, as you go along?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you shouldn't sew over them. And I know...
Oh, there you go, you see.
Well, because I have sewn over them, and I've broken a needle.
Yes.
And it's really annoying and expensive.
Yes. If you've got very, very fine
but even then I don't.
Okay.
Well, it's personal preference.
I've got a message from Marion in the Isle of Wight. I've made 6 of the fish bags as swimming bags for great nieces. Love, Marion.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's good.
Well done. Man, you must have got the magazine already then, Marion.
Well, yes, this issue isn't on sale anymore.
Oh.
It went off sale about 3 days ago, and the next issue is on sale now.
Right. Also, if you love this pattern when you get this magazine when you get it, then obviously you can...
Yeah, so it's only about 3 days off sale.
Yeah.
So if you missed it...
The thing is, it's
Right,
not like... It doesn't matter that it's off sale. It's not like, it's not like a film magazine where all those films are out now. You're going to keep those patterns forever, aren't
Well,
you?
yeah, and it's only been off... What we decided to do is, after a couple of days of it being off sale, we would do it on air.
Right.
Because then, if you've missed the magazine, you can get it.
Yeah.
And if you like the magazine, you can go and buy the next issue.
One, exactly. Great. For 1995 as well, for the magazine, the pattern, and all the fabric to make this, and the thread, and the buttons. You only need 2 buttons, there's a whole bag of them, and the ribbon.
Actually, they would make good swimming bags, wouldn't they?
Say that again?
They would make good swimming bags.
Yeah. Well, that's what Marion did.
Yeah, pea bags.
And the Isle of Wight. It's lovely in the Isle of Wight. My friend Claire lives in Harbour Cottages. It's where the boat comes in. Lovely there. I don't know which town it is. There's lots of little towns out there. It's where the boat comes in. Went, no.
So I've sewn it. Now I want to...
As you have.
When you've been sewn low...
She's saying, you must be very, very old.
Yeah.
Wendy from Dorset. Oh.
Very first order placed for the fish bag kit. Brilliant.
This is exactly what Jane did yesterday. And I'm getting my free sewing kit. Brilliant. We haven't even mentioned that. Wait a minute. Right,
do you know what I did yesterday?
Do what?
I put an order in for that, the printing fabric stuff.
Threads?
Yeah. And I was first order. Did it on the phone and everything when you were on the telly.
Where were you?
Just sitting out there.
Don't say that. We're not allowed to buy them. It's on air. I suppose you can. You're an expert.
Of course I can buy things. Oh. I'm a new customer.
Well, you are now.
Well, I tell you what, I was so excited when they said...
Until you get your sewing kit.
Yeah, I was even more excited.
Yeah.
And now I'm a customer.
What we're talking about is, if you're a new customer, if your first order is over £10, which you would be for this 1995. Now, I don't want to open this because I think Jane nicked something out of this one yesterday. This is obviously just our sample point. You get this, right? It's worth $14.99. It's a handy little... Oh, no, she put it back.
It's
little
lovely. I'm really excited about it coming.
Oh. You should have arrived today, then, because yours should have come on the van this morning. Or did you have it sent to your
I sent it
house?
home like a proper customer.
Oh.
I did it like... I didn't do it...
What you could have done is, had to put it on the van, it would have been here by now.
I know, I could... No, I did it like a proper customer, and I'm going to do printing on that fabric stuff. And I'm
What are you going to print?
Oh, I'm going to print some wedding photos. I'm making this sort of a big wall hanging of my wedding photos, and I've embroidered some bits and things.
You just got married?
No, 20 years ago.
Oh.
But no, my sister made me a...
She made you get married?
She made me a table plan, and it was framed, and it went into the loft when we moved, and it got mouldy.
Oh.
So I had to wash it, and then so now I've decided I'm going to make it into a hanger.
Oh, okay.
Long story.
Oh, no, good story.
Good story. Right.
Bring it in when you've done it. Oh, you make a show.
You will do a show, because I'm going to print... Because I have printed the photos, and they look rubbish. When I watched your show yesterday, they look brilliant.
Got a lovely picture you could add to it. Got a lovely picture of me and Andrew if you want.
I saw that.
Well, no, there's an even worse one that we did in rehearsals that she wouldn't even let come out.
Oh, really?
So that lady who sent the message in, the beginner lady, it didn't have a name on your message. Send the second half of your message again so we can just read that out.
Right, I'm going to show you a little tip.
Oh, sorry, and if you do want to print photos, what we're talking about, threads is what it was called. Now, the packs that we had yesterday are on the web now. You can go and buy them on the web now. There is another show on Saturday, but they're doing something different on Saturday. Right, okay.
So now we're going to...
hang on, so you've sewn two...
Yeah.
Two things.
So, and I did that one earlier, the back. So I'm going to pin the front and the back together. Now, it's really important, well, it's not really important, but if you want to do this properly, that these seams match up.
Well, especially as you've chosen two such
contrasting.
vibrantly
And you see what I mean? That if they did, well, you know, it wouldn't be the end of the world. If you've, you know, if you're a beginner and stuff, if it doesn't match exactly, it isn't the end of the world.
Because hers are matched absolutely perfectly, she wants me to show them.
But, you know, there are no seam police.
No.
So no one will come to your house and go,
well,
look.
unless I pop round.
Well, yes.
Did you make this?
Ooh, it's not very good, is it?
Can't wait to come to your house. I was saying earlier, your house is full of tilde flowers and
just
frogs.
Full of dust, stuff that gets dust, John.
Yes.
So you put the front and the back together. Now, the way to match up the seam is match it up so that they're level.
Yeah.
Okay, and then come back a little bit and put a pin through there.
Right.
Yeah. So it comes out.
Yeah.
And then put it through the seam on the other side.
Right.
And pull it all the way through. Hold it.
Oh, you're not pinning. You're just literally pushing it through. Right.
Then, right close to the seam line, to the raw edge.
Right close to it.
Right close.
Yeah.
Like, right close.
Yeah, right close.
Sorry, Bristol. Right close.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, right close.
Do you know what's named Brenda? Brenda was the lady on the news that when they announced there was going to be
Oh, my God, that was brilliant, wasn't
she
it?
fantastic? Oh. But she was like Bristol, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was a real Bristol.
That's it. We go as far as that. We're not talking to
That was really funny. She goes, no way!
Yes.
Anyway, do the same thing at the edge, poke it through. Can you see that? Can they see that?
Yeah, they follow you. You just do it, they'll follow you.
Okay.
Even though the cameraman's
And
just sitting down.
then you've got these pins that are sort of floating.
Yes.
But that's okay. So put a pin that side.
Oh.
Yeah. And put a pin that side.
Right.
And take out those floaty ones.
Right.
And now you know
it's in the right
when
place.
you sew down there, that is going to match.
Perfect.
And okay, that takes how long?
No, but the thing is, if you're making something for somebody, even if it's for yourself, you want it to be lovely. So and you're not rushing it. Like we try and make projects in an hour on the telly. Yeah. That's not real life. Do you know what I mean? At home, you're going to take your time doing these.
Well, you know, it takes an extra minute, maybe two. And also, if you do like your seams to match, the time you will have to spend unpicking is longer than this, isn't it? And it works.
Yeah.
So anyway, you do that.
Right, okay. So can I leave you pinning that? Don't do anything else.
No, I'll just
do
pin
it on the other side as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Don't do anything else, because I've just got through the bundles, because one of them is selling out very, 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 very fast. Oh. So I'm just going to go over there and go through the bundle.
Which one?
Well, you'll have
or is
to
that
wait
a secret?
And I'll tell you when I'm over here.
Okay.
So don't do any.
No, I'll just pin these seams. Yeah. Okay. Like I did. I'll just pin the seams.
Just keep pinning.
Yeah,
but don't
promise.
do any sewing.
I won't. I
Right. This bundle is very, very, very popular. As we've explained, you get the free magazine. In this bag, you get, I can't open the bag because this is Hannah's apparently, you get the pattern for the Jenny dress, which we're not making today, and it's a long dress, not a long dress, it's a complete dress, and then a little blouse that goes over the top. So you get that's all for free. The magazine is all for free, but you also get all the pattern pieces. Oh, just show the back of this, sorry. You get all the pattern pieces in there for not for the ironing book, the wash, dry, fold, for this fish bag that we're doing, all that, everything that could be luxury. You also get the pattern for the budgies, which shouldn't tell you that, really. We shouldn't be saying that, really, should we? So you get that, right? You get that in both packs. Then there are two different colourways, and this is where it gets a little bit confusing. Right, the one that Rebecca's already made is this one, where you get the orange fish fabric. So you get 1/2 metre of the orange fish fabric. You get 1 metre of the grey fabric. Feels heavier than that, but it's definitely 1 metre of the grey fabric there. Then, on top of that, oh, there you go. You get a thread, you get the ribbon. I'll show you them in real life when we come off there. £19.95. Right, so you get the thread. I want to show you for real what you're getting there, you see. So this is the thread. That's the thread. You get 4 metres of the ribbon, but you only actually need 1.5 metres for the project. Yeah. So you've got all that 2.5 metres of leftover ribbon there. But look, you need 2 buttons. And you get all of those. You get all of those. Now, maybe you don't want to make the fish bag. Maybe you want to make a Tilda little animal with it. These would be perfect, wouldn't they? You get all those, you only need 2 buttons. You get all those buttons, all that for £19.95. Right, so that's the orange. That's the orange one, because that's the one with the orange fish. Right, and there's an announcement to make. Over half the stock of that one. Oh, okay, right. More people have got it in their baskets than we've got left in stock. So people will be disappointed. Now, I'll just explain quickly if you're new to us. We don't take anything out of your basket. We will never... There are other channels where if somebody comes in on the phone, they'll then get it and take it, and they take it out of somebody's basket. We don't do that. But what we do is, putting it in your basket doesn't guarantee that you've got it. So putting it in your basket shows your interest, as it were. That we'll never take it out of your basket, but what could happen is if I had 10 left, and there were 12 of you had it in your basket, the first 10 people would check out, and they'd be fine. They'd be, yes, you got that. Congratulations, be within 4 to 6 working days. The last 2 people will just get, sorry, out of stock. So at this moment in time, more people have got it in their baskets than are actually got available in stock. So if you've got this in your basket and you really want it, check out now. Check out now. Oh, one more thing. Patricia has asked, oh, I've lost you, has asked. Oh, okay. Okay. Patricia's asked, what grey fabric is this? Because it's from our regular stock. What grey fabric is this? Because she'd like to buy more slate, Macawa slate spectrum solid.
Oh, and you can buy the fish fabric as well. You can buy the ½ metre on the web. If you want to make the big laundry bag or something like that, or ironing board cover or something like that. So you can buy that. Okay, so that, if you all check out your baskets now, that's sold out. And people will be missing out. We have this one, which happens to be my favourite. This is my favourite. You get ½ metre of the blue fish fabric. You get 1.5 metres of the vibrant orange, which I imagine, I won't say which one it is, because I'll get it wrong. I think it's bright, but I'll ask, we'll wait. You also get the thread. You also get the 4 metres of ribbon. You also get the bag of buttons, all for £19.95. And what more could you want? The whole kit. The whole kit and caboodle there. I'll keep you updated on the, stock as we go along.
Right, look. Magically, I've pinned the bag while you were talking.
There's an awful lot of pins there.
I like a lot of pins.
Nice gathered. So we're just literally bagging all the way.
So we're going to sew it all the way round, but leaving the top open.
Yes.
Okay?
Well, I should hope so.
Because otherwise we won't be able to turn it in right way round. So now I'm going to sew this, so you can talk about something else if you like.
Say that again?
You can talk about your colours. Because I've got
I love it when experts come on for the first time and they start telling me what to do.
Well, no, it's going to take a while.
Why?
Well, I've got to work all the way around.
Would you like it to go a bit faster?
It's really slow.
Well, there's a thing.
Oh.
There you go. Watch, it's fast now. Put it right fast now, look.
It's on motorway level now.
Yes. I like to think Coronation Street seamstresses in the factory.
Oh,
that's
Alma.
Who?
Alma Barlow.
Oh, blimey, you haven't watched it for years.
No, but she used to work in there, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know she's
Alma
not
Barlow.
anymore.
No, you don't mean Alma Barlow.
Well, didn't she work in there before
she
she married Mike Baldwin?
Yes,
and then
so she was
became
Alma Baldwin.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Alma Barlow. That means she'd have married Ken.
Oh, Alma Baldwin.
Anyway, you go back years. Even I can only just remember that.
Love it. Love a bit of Corrie.
Oh, anyway, look, this one, the one that we're working on is the blue fish. The blue fish, the one we're working on, which is the one with the solid pink. No, there's no pink. The solid orange and the blue fish fabric is here, 1995. I'm not even going to talk about this one because this one, if you all check out your baskets, this one's gone. Which you need to do.
When you get to these seams...
Oh, Jean, my love. The message that you sent in for Rebecca, we've got your name now. We know it's Jean, but it still cuts off at, because you're so old or whatever it said. Because you've been sewing from... But basically,
yes.
let's guess what the rest of the question is. She's very new. Do you think she'd be able to do it as a new sewist?
Oh, yeah, she can have a go. Why not?
But there's no trick.
There's nothing where you've got to sew straight. That's sort of important. But, you've got the seam line guides on here.
Yeah.
That's it, really. There's no complicated, there's not sort of zips or anything.
No.
Give
So
it
if
a
you're
go.
a starter, this is a brilliant... Oh, there you go, Jean, yeah. When you've been sewing as long as you have, it looks easy, but... That's it. But we now know it's Jean. Hello, Jean, my love.
Go round, when you get to the tails, go a bit slowly so you get the curve nice and even.
Did you have to pivot at the top?
I pivoted at the seams.
Oh, hang on.
Because at this seam, shall I show you when I
yes,
get round?
Yes, when you come round.
I'll
that's
show
what
you.
you're here for. That's what you get paid for.
Got it, yes. Right. Pivot at the... Oh, I don't know. What do you think that bit's called? The top of the...
The kink in
fin.
the tail.
Anyway, and when you get this bit, you can do quite fast.
You don't have to go this fast. You can put your sewing machine on slow if you want.
I don't like it on slow. But you need to go a bit slower when you're coming round here.
Talking fast doesn't mean so you can go home earlier. We still have to finish at 11 o'clock.
Well, I think, when I was on last week and I made a bag, we only just finished it.
Oh, so you're panicking
So
now.
I was going really
yes,
fast,
yeah.
and this isn't quite so bad. But I wanted to finish it, and we only just did it, so I was super speeding. So when you
So when you get to the end, let's keep watching this.
Just do, because you've got to keep the edge of this fabric on the seam guide on your plate. So you'll need to just do a couple of stitches, put the needle down and pivot a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to keep that. And then you'll get a nice curve.
Yeah.
Because remember you said about the bottoms of
pointy,
these being pointy. You won't get that if you don't do that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
What's the update on the fabric, sorry? Right, if you've got the orange one in your basket, you need to check out. Oh, no, both of them. Oh, no. Okay. But if you've got either of them in your basket, you need to check out now. I'm just waiting for a message from Emma to arrive. It's not arrived yet, but it's on its way. It's winging its way. Oh, there it is. Emma in Lincolnshire. Hello, Emma. The magazine is great for beginners.
It is.
I've never had any lessons, and I can manage most projects. Some neater than others. Laugh out loud. Thank you for that, Emma. That's nice to know, though, that, from your magazine.
Yeah, no, it is really good to see because, I mean, we do have a lot of beginner projects and we have stuff, you know, but things that are for more advanced where we assume a little bit of knowledge.
Yes.
But we do try and give them enough so that they can give it a good go.
Do you have a Simply Sewing helpline?
No.
Oh, pfft.
A helpline, like a phone number.
Yeah, like you. If they could ring you at home and go, oh, Rebecca, I'm halfway through doing this fish.
Oh, you'd be happy, so I'll just give you my mobile number.
Oh, yeah, we'll put it up here.
We do get people on, no, we have Facebook. They come in on Facebook and ask
there
us
you
questions.
go.
Yeah.
So if you've got any problems, you've got the Simply Sewing, you can ask questions.
Yeah, we join our Facebook page. And then, yeah, they do on there. They don't
Have
have
I
a
joined
phone.
your Facebook page? So we know you live in Bristol. We've got your mobile phone number. We know your Facebook.
No,
we know
I
you've
mean
been married for 20 years.
20 years. But remember the Simply Sewing Facebook, not mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, she's got one as well,
I've
so you
got
can always
one.
join hers.
Yes. Well, like us on Instagram, being our friend, and then you can.
Have you got a Sewing Quarter, not Sewing Quarter, Simply Sewing Instagram
Yeah,
as well?
yeah, and Twitter. We've got everything.
Do you have to man that as well?
No. Well, the Facebook we sort of do a bit together, but we do have the.
If they're asking questions, they're going to need to come to you for the answers, aren't they? Really?
Yes.
Right, okay, so we've bagged out all the way round.
Yeah, we've sewn it all the way round. Yeah.
Yeah, all the way round.
Okay, so now we're going to turn it right sides out, and I caught my finger
What's
on
he
a
done?
pin.
Oh no!
Caught it on a pin as I was going through. So I'm just being
Can we have a
careful.
plaster? Health
Just
and
being
safety
careful.
book,
I don't.
please.
It's not. It's just I don't want to get blood on it. So you could really do with.
Oh yeah, be careful because if this was a shark,
Looks a bit like a shark, doesn't it?
It does.
Headless shark.
Keeper shark.
See, headless shark. Press the seams open.
Oh, sorry, I put it all away.
Put it all
I
away.
thought you'd finished
Oh,
with
look,
your
it's really.
ironing.
You get me a plaster.
Are you all right? Do you want me to get you a plaster?
No,
Jay, plaster, please. Nurse Jay.
So we need to press these seams open. I don't know how I managed that. It was a very sharp, super
We
sharp
want you in
pin.
your little outfit. You doing what, sorry?
It was a very sharp pin.
Well, that's pins normally are. And how long have you been sewing?
I know. You see, when you've been sewing for as long as I have, you'd think, wouldn't you?
Yes, exactly.
But
now,
no.
do you know a little tip? A little tip here that we learned when we were making very lovely silk gowns at college.
Yeah.
And I've done it when I've made wedding dresses. If you get, it doesn't work with polyester thread. If you get cotton thread,
Yeah.
white cotton thread, and while you're sewing, you're chewing on it in your mouth. Make a little ball of it, chew it in your mouth. If you get blood on anything, like if you pricked your finger and got blood on somebody's wedding dress, you literally just take it out, dab it like that, and it takes the blood out of the fabric. She's not listening now. She's busy flirting
How
with Jay
does that
now.
work?
I don't know how it works. Something in your saliva obviously takes your blood out.
So
Oh,
I do this all the it's fun. He's
Jay's
having a-
fiancée is a nurse, right? But you can tell who's going to
Thank
be
you
doing
very
the first aid in the house. Did you see Jay? Oh, you can see Jay in the picture there.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you
we
very
can
much.
see Jay, thank
Look,
you.
I got a plaster now. I do
supposed to
that
have
all the
the-
time. I usually wrap a bit of masking tape round it or something until it stops bleeding.
We don't recommend that here at the Sewn
but
Quarter.
I've got a plaster now, so it's all good. Anyway, so press the seams open.
Yes, without burning yourself.
Without burning yourself. I know, it's a nightmare. When you get...
I was going to say, how are you doing the corner?
Well, you see, what I'm doing, I want these ends open for when I put it right sides together, and I'm going to keep that seam a bit more strength and stability when you're pulling the casing open.
Okay.
But when I get down here, I don't want them.
Okay, don't
because
be
I
doing-
want the curves to flow.
Yes.
So I'm going to start from about here, and then I'm going to trim it. See?
So you're taking it right down now? The seam
I'm
line's right
taking it down to just about...
Those scissors look enormous next to
They're
you.
massive, aren't they? I'm sure, you know...
Did you ask for those on your tool list?
Well, I just put a pair of scissors, please.
Oh,
I didn't specify length, but they are massive, aren't they? I've taken this down to about half to 1 centimetre.
Yeah.
You'll just find it reduces the bulk.
So you're not clipping into any of them? You're
Gonna do
literally
that
just
in a
cutting-
minute.
Oh, you can do that as well?
Yeah. You can clip before you trim. Or
Right.
you can trim before you clip.
The choice is yours.
The choice is yours. I'm going to trim and then clip.
OK, I need to tell you now, there are, on both colourways, there are more people who've got it in your basket than we've actually got kits. So if you really want this and it's in your basket, you need to check out as soon as possible.
Right.
Just warn you. Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So, and then when you get to... The only bits you need to clip are just that.
Hang on, wait.
are
There you go, right now.
Okay. When you clip close right up to the stitching, but not into it.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah? Which you get better at with practice. If you cut into it,
You have
which,
to re-stitch it.
of course, you will at some point, because everybody does, just re-stitch it. Don't say, oh, don't clip into it, or, you know, these things happen, don't they?
Yeah, you only have to stitch just inside that line, don't you? Anyway,
Well, yeah, you just stitch over it again, to be honest. So just clip the curvy bits, and you'll just find that it lies better when you do that. And also, if you clip just either side of that seam, that helps that as well, for some reason. Okay.
You're the expert. For some reason. What reason?
Well, because it opens more, and then when it opens up, it lies sort of more at angles, and therefore it's better.
Thank you.
I just thought that was just a bit too much information. Okay?
Yeah.
Right. So now you can't press it open in the same way as we did that, obviously.
No.
So what I do...
You could do with a ham, really, or something like that.
Well, no, I just press open one side, you see, which is fine. But if I had a ham...
Yes, we've sold out.
Well, actually, I tell you what I would use is...
the sausage roll.
A sleeve roll.
Yeah, we've sold out.
Oh, can't use one of those then. Well, in which case...
We get more in.
They are brilliant.
Yeah.
I've got a sleeve board as well.
Yes, now I have. Have you got a velvet board as well?
No.
Oh,
What's a velvet board?
You and your velvet board. It's like well, you can get them as flat like this, or you can get them in the sleeve board shape, and it's like a bed of nails, and it's what it is it's just got lots and lots of thin nails coming up. So not nails, but sharp. So when you put the velvet down, it sits in between the naps, so you don't crush the nap while you're ironing velvet.
Oh my God! Does that work then if you're like ironing embroidery?
Oh, I don't know. I've never done embroidery, but I imagine so.
Because when I iron embroidery, I always have to put it on a thick towel, because otherwise you flatten it.
Oh, well, in that case, yes, it would do.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we might have to look into that then.
Because, you know, if you've embroidered, embroidered something, and then it needs a good press, particularly if you've had it in a hoop, to get the hoop mark off, you always flatten the embroidery. So I always put it on quite a thick towel to stop that. Oh. But if I had a velvet board...
Yeah, all the technical tips here. Velvet board or a towel.
Or a towel. A thick, fluffy towel. Anyway, look, there we are. There we are. So we're going to turn it right way round now. Oh, we might need that again in a minute.
Oh.
Just saying.
Just making it tidy.
Don't worry.
I'll leave it out.
Give it a good shake.
So I've got another eye.
Have you had your eye out with the fish?
Yeah. Fish's tail. Vegetarian as well, don't eat fish. Okay, so you're back. Right, where's Derek the Dobber?
We don't have the dobber.
Oh, no.
I'm going to use my scissors.
The one thing we tell everyone not to do.
Yeah, but I'm going to use them really carefully.
All right, then. Now, I know where it's gone. Victoria had it in her bundle. She really liked Derek the Dobber, didn't she?
Derek the Dobber. What does that look like?
It's an old knitting needle.
Well,
it's named after Derek with the upside-down ears.
Do you know what I use?
She's got no idea. You know Derek, who you love?
Oh.
His name in the industry is Derek with the upside-down ears.
Why?
Because his ears are on upside down.
No way.
You have a look next time. They're not really, but it just looks like they are. So
I'm
he's
gonna
got
look.
nicknamed Derek with the upside-down ears.
Oh, I love Derek.
There's the Dobber's cut. Jay, why are you coming all the way around there?
He doesn't want to come on air because he's shy.
Yes, he walks like a snail pace.
Oh my, that's lovely.
So it got called Derek the Dobber at the beginning. It's just it's from a second-hand shop, an old...
I want one of them.
Knitting needle.
I use a kebab skewer.
Well, yeah, you can do it, or chopstick.
Yeah.
You have to be careful with the kebab skewer, though, because one end's a bit sharp.
No, it's one of those metal ones that you use for, like, on a barbecue, you know, and so it's a flat metal.
Yeah,
and it's got
flat
some,
metal, flat
Yeah, it's not a...
Right.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't, otherwise it would be too sharp.
Yeah.
I like this. I want one of these.
Well, we just got a local charity shop.
Really?
Where was it from, man? I can't remember where it came from now.
I want one of those.
Anyway, after saying that we've got loads of time...
Yes, well, that's why I was rushing, just in case. So, anyway...
Yeah, it's your fault for talking about Coronation Street.
Coronation Street in Alma Baldwin. So, there we go. And what we would do, if we had a bit more time, we'd press that really nicely.
Yes.
Okay? Now,
don't worry, we don't have to rush. We've got 10 minutes.
No, but we've got to do the casing, yeah. So, remember I cut out the lining earlier. I cut out the lining earlier.
Yes.
Then I trimmed the seam.
Yes.
As you can see.
Yes.
Now I'm going to keep the lining wrong sides out.
Right.
Because the lining is going to go inside the outer so that the wrong sides touching.
Right.
Got that? Wrong sides together.
With you.
So, put your...
Are you all right? That finger all right?
Oh, it's fine. It's just irritating now because it's in the way. It doesn't hurt. It just was bleeding.
Oh, look, tip.
Tip. Put your fingers in your fins.
Yes, yeah.
No, they're not fins because it's a tail.
The tail.
I don't know what these bits... The pointy
Lobster, apparently, you're looking like now.
Looking like lobster. Put your fingers in there and then put one down there, one down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need Derek the Dobber to get them right into the
Yeah, you
corner.
probably do. So, and then pull it all up.
Yeah.
And then what I would do next is match the seams at the top.
Right.
So these seams, which
And this will have been pressed.
which you've pressed open earlier.
Yeah.
Match them again.
Yeah.
It's not.
Would you like me to hold the pins, or would you like
No,
to
I'm
jab yourself
gonna
again?
risk it. These are quite meaty pins, to be
Yeah,
honest.
no, you've got
aren't
quilter's
they?
pins there.
I know. There are some smaller ones.
Patricia. Okay, yeah. Trisha's bought this one and she's checked out already.
Oh, good.
What Macau solid is that one then?
Oh,
That's what I said, bright orange, isn't it? Bright orange.
Bright, yeah. I can't remember if it's bright or there's a
No,
Vienna.
it's not pumpkin and it's not Vienna,
Vienna.
orange, it's bright orange. There's lots of funny names and Laura in that department keeps changing them. She doesn't really, we just take the mickey out of her that she does.
So match the seams at the sides.
Yes.
And then pin it all the way around the top.
Right.
Okay.
Lots of people saying it's a fantastic price, this bundle. Well, it is, isn't it?
Well, it is, because you get the magazine.
Yeah, and your expertise.
Yeah, and of course I love it because I work on it. And if
Well, that doesn't always go, does it? People don't always love the place
Oh
they
my
work.
God, I love my job. I've
Well,
got the
good.
best job in the world.
Oh,
Who would
that's
not,
nice.
if you were so, not want to work on a sewing magazine?
You haven't got the best job in the world, because I have.
No. You love telly. There you go.
No, I love this job. I love this job.
Because you love telly.
Not just I love telly, because I love sewing as
yeah.
well.
But you'd love to work on the sewing magazine.
Well,
you
offer
could
me
come
a
and
job
join
and I
us.
might take
Yeah,
it.
could you come and join us?
Yeah, you'd have to relocate.
Oh, Bristol's lovely.
Oh, no, I've seen it. I was looking
really
at houses
nice.
on... Because a friend of mine, Elizabeth's very big in publishing, got a funny little friend called Kevin. She's just moving. She lives near Bristol and Bath. And she's just moving house. I was having a look at her new house and, and you know, all around the area and everything. And the ones on the river are lovely. Anyway, that's bye-bye.
So we're going to sew it together around the top.
Yes.
But not using your 1.5 centimetre seam allowance this time, because I don't want to see this
Right,
seam
what are you using
afterwards.
this time, then?
Just 0.5 centimetre.
Okay, just
So
like almost like
it's a
Joe
stay
Carter's
stitch.
stay stitching.
It's
or
a stay,
basting.
yeah, it's a stay stitching. Oh, I don't say basting. Do you know
What
why?
have you lost?
We've lost the foot. Because that's American, isn't it? Basting.
They said you were going to be a liability.
I say.
Put your foot down.
We say tacking.
Do what?
It's tacking.
Yeah, no, I say tacking.
Yeah, it's basting's an American thingy. It's like wadding and batting, isn't it?
Oh, yes, don't get me started.
So anyway, this is just to hold it together. So you could tack it by hand if you wanted, but that would. But there's no point because it's quicker to do it by machine. But you could. So and the reason you do it this way is because you don't want to see this line of stitching. It's just a lot easier to attach the casing if this is joined together already.
Now, what a lot of people would have done there, they'd have taken the gubbins tray off.
You will.
So it would have been easier.
I know, but I'm not sure I've used this one before, and I don't know how to do.
Oh, honestly.
I don't like to fiddle. I tried to use it one of them the other day, and it wasn't turned on. Took me a while to work that out.
Have you seen sewing machines before?
Well, yeah, but I've got a different make at home.
You have to pedal yours.
Oh, I'd love an old proper singer, wouldn't you? Have you got one?
I've got my machine's very old. Yeah.
Have you got like a singer, a hand one? Or
No, not that old.
Oh, I'd love one of those. Well, you know when they sort of make them motorised, don't they? Convert them.
Check out your baskets. People are going to miss out. People will miss out. I'm not just letting you know, I'm being totally blatant. People miss out. Now, we're going to do the casing now, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm just going to tell you about this bit.
Oh, yes.
And we won't do it,
Yeah.
but I'll just tell you. Because this is a laundry bag or whatever, you don't really want your socks getting stuck in the tail,
Right.
which would be annoying. So if you need to sew it together across here.
Right.
But when you do that, just make sure the seams match up because you're going to sew from
Like
the
you did
outside.
before, yes.
So just
Are
poke
you
it
going to
through
stitch
there.
in the ditch?
I'm going to stitch in the ditch.
Okay.
So poke your pin through there.
Oh, missed.
That's amazing, isn't it? Anyway, and do that all the way along.
Yeah.
So when you... Oh, let's get the pin cushion. When you do that, say you do that one and then that one, which nearly matches, then put the pins this way
Yes.
to hold it all in place.
And then you just top stitch across.
And then sew through And that will, and if you're a bit nervous about that and you think, I'm never going to get that, then stitch it through by hand.
Yes.
Because it's much easier to put the sewing needle through and back.
But if you look on the finished one here, you see, so it's been stitched along there. So the tail, nothing will go into the tail. Tail is just a, but the reason we've left the other tail on the inside is just to give it a bit of body, because it'd be a bit flimsy without. Okay, right, let's get to the casing then.
Okay, so with the casing, you cut the 2 strips of fabric you cut earlier. You turn the side edges under by a centimetre.
Yep, go on.
And sew down them.
Right.
Yeah, and do that with the other one.
Right. Because they're going to be these edges here, aren't they? So you want them finished
Yeah,
off,
you just keep them like that.
Yeah.
Then you sew them around the top. So take the raw edge, and what I've done earlier with these is the other raw edge I've turned under by a centimetre and pressed it. Do that to both of them. The turned under edge of this needs to match the seam of here, okay? And when you put the other one on, make sure they butt right up.
I was going to say, because you're on a raw edge poking out in between the two, do you?
So when I sewed this on, I pinned it down here so I could see that that was there.
Yes.
And then there. And then that, you then know that they match up.
Yeah.
And because you've cut this to the exact measurements and you've used the exact seam allowance, these will match.
Yes, exactly.
If they don't, then...
Cut it out wrong.
Well, yeah, but there are ways around it, aren't they? Just make this one a bit longer, or a bit
exactly.
shorter, you know, it's not the end of the world. Okay.
Hannah, did you say there was another message? You've already read that one out loud. That's from Patricia, about the basket. Oh, no, there we go. Now it's just updated now. Have now bought extra slate, bright orange and sherbet fabrics. My bank manager will be very pleased, says Patricia. Oh, Patricia. Oh, and there's one come from Sylvia about now. Oh, let's just wait. Right, you stitch that.
Use a 1 centimetre seam allowance here because you don't want too much bulk, but that does tell you in the magazine, so it's fine.
Brilliant hour. Haven't laughed so much for ages. Plus sewing tips. Thank you. Love, Sylvia from Folkestone. Oh, thank you, Sylvia.
I'm glad she liked
They
it.
told me she was going to be a nightmare.
She's probably thinking of Alma
Right,
Baldwin.
now the one that we're making now, please check out your baskets. The other one's going out, the other one's going out, the other bundle's going. Oh, I'm doing that. The other bundle's going, Jay. So the bundle we've got now is this one that we're using here, which is the blue, which means the fishes are blue. 4 minutes, no rush.
No rush, you see, and you remember you said to me at the beginning...
So within the bundle, while Rebecca's sewing that, look at the still and see the bundle you're getting. You're getting the Simply Sewing magazine with the pattern. With the pattern for this, you get the fabric, you get 1.5 meters of the red fabric, you get 0.5 metre of the fishy fabric, you get a bag of buttons, you get 4 metres of ribbon, you only need 1.5 meters, and you get the reel of thread, all for £19.95. Magazine is fantastic, especially we had lots of messages saying it's brilliant for beginners, but I think it's not just for beginners, it's for everybody, really.
It is, we have much more advanced things as well.
Oh, the jelly dress is in there as well. Anyway.
Anyway, so look, I've sewn that on.
Yes. But how do you finish it off then?
Well, because we pressed the end under there, turn that over to the wrong side.
Yeah.
So that you cut all these ends off, so that you cover that line of machine stitching.
Oh, so you're stitching the ditch again.
Now, with this kit, you get orange thread.
Yes.
I'm just saying, I've used this so you can see it better.
Oh, okay.
But you will actually get this orange thread in your kit.
Yes. Or you get the orange kit, you get the orange thread in this one, and you get the grey thread in the other one, which is sold out now.
So it's to match, the thread matches the solid.
Yes.
So when you pin this, just overlap this slightly, just like a couple of millimetres, or a 1/16 of an inch in old money.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you do that all the way round, and we are running
Don't look at the clock.
Look at the clock. I am looking at the clock.
We can show it on this one, it's fine.
Yeah. So then you sew it on. So can you see from there that that's all sewn on?
Oh, sorry. So there, you've stitched there.
Yeah, so from this side you stitch very close to the edge, and because remember I said put it over just a little bit, you can be sure you'll pick it up.
Okay, and how do you, because you then take...
Then you cut...
no, you've done your ribbon differently to how I would have done mine, but you take your ribbon...
You cut your ribbon into 2 75-centimetre lengths.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then what I've done here is this all of these ribbons, they fray, don't they? Really annoyingly fray. So I've cut them at an angle and then run them through a flame.
I was going to say, you just but please be careful.
Yeah.
Please be careful.
Just get a match.
So you cut it at an angle.
Yeah, and then just go quickly through
and then you literally go like that with the lighter, and it just seals the edges. Yeah. Right, okay.
And then you see they won't fray.
Okay.
Then you thread it on a safety pin.
Safety pin.
And then you start at one end,
yeah,
and you thread it all the way round and out the other end.
That's different to how I would do it. Right, so, okay, so the ribbon's gone from this end, right the way round and back out that end. So you've done the whole
because it's a double drawstring.
Yes.
Then you knot those together.
Oh, yes, of course it is, yeah.
You knot them together, and then you get the other piece, and you start on that end.
And you go all the way around
and knot them
come
together.
Out that end, and then you get the mouth.
Well, I just think, for something like this, you could have just done one drawstring, like that.
Yeah.
But you you then have a baggy bit there.
Oh, do you?
But do you see what I mean? If I only pull that, right, can you see that that's drawn and that's not as much?
Oh, yeah.
But if you do a double drawstring...
All right,
see?
Stop talking now. This is it.
And then you say the eye. Got to say the iron.
Oh, yeah, say the iron, but you've already got the little cross where the eye is.
Yeah, we've already made that. There he is.
This is it. Fish bag kit, blue, including the Simply Sewn mag. This is the one.
That's the blue.
The other one's gone. The other one's sold. Right, this is it now. So it's the blue one. Blue fit. Now you've got to check out your baskets, check out your baskets, check out your baskets. And you don't have to use it to make this if you don't want to, but I think you should. It's lovely, isn't it? Get your magazine and your pattern and your patterns, and you get all of this, and you get your thread, and you get your buttons, and you get your ribbon for £19.95. There it is. Thank you, Rebecca. It's been a treat.
I'm going to do the same next month with the next issue of Simply
Sewing.
Sewing.
We're going to do the same next month with next month's magazine.
With the next issue. I'll let you know, but I won't tell you yet which project I'm going to
What's
choose.
the project, you know?
Well, I do, but I'm not going to tell you yet.
I've only got 3 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Jennifer up after this.
Join us on Facebook. Simply search for The Sewing Quarter and like our page for the latest news and more. Join us on Saturday the 29th of April when Tilly Rose makes her debut on Sewing Quarter, demonstrating the remarkable threads inkjet printable fabric. Tilly is a creative designer who concentrates on textures and layering fabrics. Tilly is also a brand ambassador for Threads Inkjet Printable Fabrics, which she uses to make beautiful, unique projects with any designs or images that can be printed on a standard inkjet printer. So join us on Saturday the 29th of April at 9 a.m. for Tilly Rose and the amazing Threads Printable Fabric, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
Exciting live demonstrations, and most importantly, we will custom cut fabric to your specification in our very own cutting room. We will also be bringing you TV exclusives that you won't be able to find anywhere else. So come and join us today at the Sewing Quarter.
Welcome to the Sewing Quarter!
Did you know there are multiple ways you can contact us, even if it's just to ask a question? Our friendly team are always on standby. You can call our customer service team at 0800 112 4433, email us at help@sewingquarter.com, visit our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter at Sewing Quarter, and even message us through our website, and our presenters will answer your questions live on air.
When you spend £10 on your first purchase, you will receive this free sewing kit from the Sewing Quarter worth £14.99. Join us on Sunday the 30th of April when Angela Atwood will be bringing the fabulous Galaxy quilt back to Sewing Quarter. This kit is truly out of this world as it contains a sublime range of fabrics featuring rockets, planets, spacemen and stars, together with all the thread, wadding and fabric you need to create the quilt and full instructions with easy to follow steps. So join Angela Atwood on Sunday the 30th of April at 9 a.m. for the Galaxy Quilt Kit, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
Did you know there are multiple ways you can contact us, even if it's just to ask a question? Our friendly team are always on standby. You can call our customer service team at 0800 112 4433, email us at help@sewingquarter.com, visit our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter @sewingquarter, and even message us through our website, and our presenters will answer your questions live on air.
I know I got it wrong. It's Victoria, not Jennifer. Were you Jennifer in a past life, do you think?
No, and I don't even have a middle name, so sorry.
Oh, well, you're Jennifer to me now, I'm afraid.
I'll bring that bloody
look at
thing
this. Victoria has made us this. Isn't it lovely? It's like a picnic bag. Now, obviously, inside it, I've got plates and I've got glass. I've only gone on a single picnic now. There were 2 glasses in here earlier.
It's on the table over there.
Oh. There were 2 glasses. I'll show you around it properly later. But we've done 2 bundles, right? We've got 2 bundles. Oh, okay. Okay, I can't go through the bundles yet, so we'll get going. We're going to start making it. It comes in the blue and it comes in the red, right? So, Deb's from the West Midlands. I'd have stuffed the tail as well. That's on the fish thing. Right, Victoria. So, we've got the pattern. I'll just show you the pattern. This comes within the bundle. This comes in the bundle. I can't show you the bundle because the computer's just playing up again a little bit at the moment. Right, so you see the pattern. In here you've got, this rolled up one here is for...
Utensils.
Spatulas. Barbecue utensils. That one there's a knife and fork cutlery holder. I like this one. That's like a pie case. Look, it's a pie case there. And then this one here, that is the picnic bag that we're making. That's the picnic bag that we're making. So let's just get started, and then we can go through the bundles. And we'll go through. Jay, what you can do is could you take everything out of the picnic bag and then just bring the picnic bag over so we can start. So where do we start? What do we do?
We read the pattern first.
Right, read the pattern.
That's always
first.
my best advice read the pattern first, because especially with companies like this, they tell you everything you need to know.
Right. Okay.
They're very thorough, very good. We're doing view D.
Right.
So we have on the instructions, which one's which? Those are the actual instructions. This one here, as usual with patterns, it will tell you, it will give you all of your views on here. Then it tells you which pattern pieces to cut out for which view you're cutting. And then all the way over on the other side is view D that we're cutting. Because we're using 3 different fabrics.
Right.
You have to make sure that you're cutting the right fabrics, the right pattern pieces out of the right fabrics. And that's got here the main fabric, your 2 different contrasts, and your 2 different interfacings.
Shall I just show you the finished thing? Because we didn't get a really, really good look at it over there. So, the 3 different fabrics that Victoria's talking about is on ours. It's in this pattern. We'll be able to show you the bundles in a minute once we get the computer sorted. We've got the blue dot fabric, the spot-on fabric, this beautiful, beautiful, almost like Victorian tile fabric there. And then inside, we've got the Spectrum solid. But look at the detail inside. That's the Joel Dewberry, the tile fabric there. Places to put glasses, cutlery, plates in the side there. The thing is, you were saying earlier, you don't need to use it as a picnic basket if you didn't want to.
No, I thought you could use it as a...
It doesn't have to be. It'd be a lovely beach bag. Do you know what?
Yes,
I'm thinking about on your holidays, sunglasses, bottle of water, phone, sun cream. Be ideal as a beach, beach bag.
Nice.
And you're quite stylish as well going down to the beach with that, wouldn't you? Or pool. If you're going doing a holiday where you're lying by the pool and everything, that's going to look lovely. Bottle of gin. Anyway, that's another question. Right, so read the pattern and you check that what you're cutting out.
Yes. All of the pattern pieces for this are all rectangular.
Oh, okay.
So they're nice and easy to cut out. When I cut out rectangular pattern pieces particularly, I like to use an old rotary cutter blade that's gone a bit blunt for fabric.
Right.
I save the blade.
Right.
And I put it in an old handle and I use it for cutting out paper.
Oh, okay. In fact, we had somebody message in the other day. Yesterday I was doing the Fistas.
Oh, the round.
And somebody messaged in saying they work in cottons, but they also work in leatherette and leather. And they've got a separate blade, a separate cutter. So they've got the same
one of those, but they've got two cutters and they use one blade for the leather and one blade for the fabric, so they never blunt leather.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so I save the old blades, cut the paper out, so I've done that. Now, on the instructions, helpfully, because you're dealing with a lot of rectangular pieces, you can lose track of which piece is which, but it actually tells you by number. It numbers all the pattern pieces, so that helps you along the way.
Yes.
In what you're cutting in which order. Today, I thought I would show you how to construct the front of the bag and how you make two of the inside pockets.
Right.
Because I thought they're quite interesting.
Okay, brilliant. Just so you know, the blue graphics won't be coming up for a while. There's a glitch with the system, but I haven't taken you through. Oh, the pink one that we're about to make. These are the graphics for the pink and red that we're about to make now. It's just called Picnic Bag in Pinks at £44.95. Now remember, you get the pattern. You get we've got still there. You get the pattern, you get the wadding, you get the interfacing, you get the thread, and you get the 3 fabrics. Now, Hannah, can you tell me, because I'm not over near them, can you tell me how much of each fabric you get? You get the tulip one, that's the one in the middle, the pattern one. You get 1 metre of that, 1 metre of the fuchsia, which is the one at the top. So really, you get 1 metre of each.
Should we guess?
You get 1 metre of each. So you get 1 metre of each of the fabric. So automatically, you've got 3 metres of fabric there. So you would just,
that makes it easy. If you've got 1 metre of each, you can chop and change which fabrics perform which function on the bag.
Oh, so yes.
So you can swap them round.
Exactly. Of course, yes, 1 metre of each. You don't have to put like with this one, you don't have to put your tulips there if you didn't want. You
but I couldn't resist.
No, I would do as well. But you know what I mean?
But
if you
wanted to,
you
could swap the spots and the solid around.
Yes.
And do it whichever way you like.
Yes.
So what I've got here for the front of the bag, we've got piece number 13, which is a square.
Unlucky for some. Oh, yes, square.
Square, so it is lucky in the end. We have a rectangular piece for the bottom.
Yeah.
We have...
So that's this bit. So we're just doing almost the front at the moment.
Yes, we're just going to compile the front. And the front and the back are made exactly the same.
So this is the equivalent to the pink is there. Then you've got the pattern fabric here. And then... We're going to put the tie in this position, and then I'll show you how to make the handles. They're sort of double layered, and then the handles go on the top. Okay, brilliant.
Okay?
Yeah.
So in order to save time, because it's not actually that interesting viewing, just show the sewing and turning of the handles, what I've done is I've pre-sewn the handles. These are cut on the fold.
Yes.
Number 14. Then you fold them in half and just sew down both the sides.
Right.
And you leave them open at the end.
Right.
Because the ends of those are going to be trapped in this rectangle at the bottom.
Oh, of course they are, yes.
They're going to be tucked in behind. Yeah. So you just sew your tube, turn it around the right way. On top of that, we have a strip down the middle. You can see the handles are two-tone. And this one is cut from piece number 15, which is also cut on the fold.
Yes. They're all on the straight, though, aren't they? There's no bias or anything.
No bias at all, which is lovely. The main part of the handle has been interfaced. The pattern suggests using sew-in interfacing, but actually we've decided it'd be better to use iron-on interfacing.
Okay, yes, all right. It could be that it's taken from an old pattern, because when I started, there wasn't iron-on interfacing.
Yeah, maybe. But the iron-on's easier to work with, I think, particularly in something like this. And if you're turning these tubes through, it's easier if they're stuck together than not.
Exactly, because you use it as one fabric then, don't you?
Yeah, rather than lots of fabrics. So we've got here this piece number 15. We've turned in, or I've turned in, ½ an inch on each side.
Oh, sorry. Can you get Hannah to turn her microphone off for me a second? That's all.
She's gassing in your ear.
Yeah, there's problems, that's all. So it's just... Okay. Right, carry on.
So we turn in ½ an inch on each of those long edges to create a nice band in the middle.
Brilliant.
And I will pin that in place and sew down each of these sides of this band in the middle.
Okay.
In order to turn in that ½ inch all the way along the outside, it's quite a long process to do. But what I like to do is create like a larger seam gauge.
Oh,
so I'll take a piece of card, so something like an old greetings card or the inside of a cereal box, something like that. And on the card, if you draw in the size of the seam allowance that you need.
Right.
So for this is a ½ inch, which, I'll use this ruler.
Yeah, that ruler's only got... You can do ½ an inch on that. You have to do it the other way around, yeah.
I haven't looked at that properly. So I'm just going to draw, and I've lined up the half-inch line with the edge of my piece of card and just drawing a line.
Okay.
I'm just going to write on there, half-inch.
Righty-ho.
So that's given me a gauge that I can use against the fabric.
That's just the basis of a greetings card,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is, but you can use an old one or, like I say, a bit of cereal box.
Yep.
Cereal box. So when you're pressing, and I'll demonstrate on
I'll get
a pocket.
this way when you get the Hannah. No, that's right, Hannah. It's just Hannah's back now, everybody. It's fine.
Welcome back. So this is the top of one of the pockets inside, and I'll just demonstrate on here. And actually, that's got a larger seam allowance. That's got a 1 inch. So I'll just go back on and draw a 1 inch line as well. 1 inch line. Okay. So that's our 1 inch line.
Right.
So you can do-si-do. And then use that on this particular piece. I need to turn a 1 inch, and you turn the fabric over the edge of the card and make sure that the edge of this meets with the line.
Yes, you need
so
to
just
be a
need
bit
to move
further,
a little bit further.
Yeah, because when you sometimes when you press it over, your eye sometimes this way you're going to be doing an inch all the way along. Whereas if you're doing it by eye, sometimes your eye goes a little bit more than an inch, a little bit less than an inch.
And you can use a tape measure and measure as you go along.
Yes.
But I find that quite
also,
time
this is giving you a crisp edge because you've got the cardboard underneath.
Lovely.
So it's not like if you've got the tape measure, there's nothing inside it to actually give you that crease. Whereas this is actually giving you that lovely crease.
There's still room for error.
Yes.
So I've used that method to turn in the edges of the central part of those straps.
Oh, okay.
So you can see how quick and easy that is. Because quite often another method of doing it is to sew a line of stitches 1 inch from the raw edge. And then you've got that to press against.
Yes,
but for me,
that
uses a lot of thread. When you're having to stitch 2 sets of handles and the rest of the bag, and there's a lot of instances where you're having to turn these seams.
But you're still having to find that, when you're stitching, you've still got to find that inch within, so it's easier just to do it like that.
Yeah, and that is a completely straight edge.
Yes, exactly.
So that's a great method to use. So that's what I've done on these handle straps. And the pattern piece, 14, was the one that is the main part of the handle. It does tell you where to place this, but in essence, it's down the middle.
Well, I was going to say down the middle, surely.
It's pretty much down. That's where the pattern is really good because it gives you absolutely everything you need. So if you're not confident in any way...
Well, it's beginner's guide, isn't it? It's telling you everything. It's not taking... a lot of people just take... what's the word I'm looking for? They just presume that you know. Never presume, really. So you tell them, it tells you everything.
Yeah, it does. And it gives you all your dots and circles and squares, everything for placement that you need.
Which is why, as you're saying, before you start anything, read the whole pattern. So you read it from start to finish, so you know.
Have a good read through.
Well, I promise you we'll bring you the blue variation as soon as the computer's sorted out. Oh, I don't promise anything, John. Hopefully the computer will be sorted soon so I can bring you the blue one.
Oh, dear. Pin along. And you'll need to make 2 of these straps.
Of course. So you've got interfacing in the wider one.
Yes.
But
not
all
the
of this,
one.
because you've got layer after layer of fabric, and you've got the interfacing, and you've got the stitching, it's making those they're quite substantial straps without being ugly and heavy, but they're quite substantial. They're going to take quite a bit of weight, aren't they?
Yes, so you don't want to go on your picnic and find your bag falling to bits.
Exactly.
Although I am a fan of the poolside idea.
Now you're just thinking of the poolside,
Oh,
nothing to do
I
with the
am.
bag.
Yeah, you're right. Although with 2 small children, you don't spend much time relaxing by the pool.
And my sister-in-law, Julie, used to, they've got a house in Spain. They used to take the kids when they were little to Spain for the whole summer. So she'd be there for like 8 weeks or 9 weeks. Yes, but it's fabulous. But then she'd come back and go, why aren't you brown? And she's like, well, after breakfast, clearing after breakfast, then doing this, then looking after him, then doing the lunch. She said it's not, I mean, it's still a holiday. She loved being there, but it's not a holiday where you lie by the pool.
No,
with your
my
gin
friend
tonic.
does not do villa holidays. No. She says, I want people to cook my food
Exactly.
to tidy up.
Exactly when you're on your holiday.
Yeah, Sophie's a real hotel kind of girl.
Okay, so what are you doing now?
So on here, I'm now going to stitch close to the edge. Now, I'm not sure what the pattern tells you. This pattern will tell us how many millimetres to stitch one onto the other, but I've just gone, you know what, it's nice. Oh no, actually this time it just says, I'm looking at the wrong pattern. I'm wondering why it didn't make any sense. It just says stitch close to pressed edge of strap.
Oh, there you go. So it's wherever.
So that one
really,
is wherever.
So you can use either go really on the edge or use your foot to measure it and things.
Yes, or if you've got a blind hem foot or a the other word for it, edge stitch foot, and you can move your needle to the left, then you can use that as your guide. Oh. Tissue paper everywhere. Every time I walked past when I was planning this, sewing the sample, I wafted all the tissue paper. No. Went wafting off. So I had to weigh it all down.
Now, you're stitching it in cream, but would you do it in a matching thread if you had it at home?
You can do however you like, because you might want it to blend in, you might want it to stand out.
Well, if you're not 100% confident on being able to do a straight, because it takes a while, doesn't it, to actually be able to sew a straight line like that. If you did it in the same colour, then you're not going to see it.
Blend in. Yeah. And if you actually had reversed the straps, you could do the strap in the solid, and you could do the central portion in the tulip. Is it tulip print?
Yes.
Then actually the cream doesn't show up so much because it's a print.
The thing is, when we're making something ourselves, we always go, oh, this has got to be straight, that's got to be straight. If you went to a shop and bought this, I bet you bottom dollar half the seams wouldn't be straight.
I always think when you make something yourself, you look at it more closely than you look at something that you've bought in a shop.
Exactly.
And you always over-criticise what you've done and think, oh, well, I've not done that right and I've not done that right. But actually, you know what? You'd be surprised at how good and how well you've sewn something.
Yes. So what are you doing with the pin? I can see you putting a pin.
The fabric likes to sort of creep in this way, so I'm just making sure that it's staying as straight as possible.
So if you had a walking foot, you could put a walking foot on, couldn't you? Because you've got several layers, and that way you're not going to need to worry about them ruckling up.
About it moving around. Yes, I do. I'm a big fan of walking foot on a machine.
Yeah, because I think that one...
It's just a standard.
Right.
Do the Elners have walking feet? We have walking feet for the Elners. Oh, I've gone wonky there. About walking feet going wonky.
Okay, just so you know at the moment, I've got the blue sample. We may not be able to bring you the blue fabrics today, so we're just concentrating on the tulip fabric. What I'll do is I'll get Jay to bring the whole kit over, so I've got it on this table here. We are trying to get the blue, but there's just some computer glitch that won't let us do it, and we can't just show it because we can't put the graphics in for you to buy it. So I'll just get Jay to bring all that stuff over for me in a second. So
it'd be like teasing, wouldn't it?
It is. I mean, it shows what else you can do. We just can't. I mean, you might have, you know what I mean? You might use this fabric for something else. You might have something in your stash that you want to use it. You might have the perfect fabrics at home, but you love these fabrics, so I'll keep those in my stash, and you're going to love the pattern. You know what I mean? And also, you get in the pattern, you get the picnic bag that we're doing. You get well, I call it a pie case. Somebody else called it a sponge case. Just I'll just reach over here and get it for you. So, this is the pie case closed. That's the pie case closed there. And that's the... No, because that's a pie. Cherry pie. Who we used to work with. She wouldn't fit in there, though. Not with her hips. Right, thank you, Jay. I'll just have that over here, thank you. Choose me one moment. It's all fun and games. Could you get it fixed for us, Jay, as soon as you could? Please. Get the glue. Thanks. Jay's obviously not been listening in his earpiece. He's got no idea what's going on. He's going, oh, what's wrong? I forgot to... I don't stress. What does it... Nothing's your fault in this hour, Jay. Don't worry.
The previous hour, maybe.
Yeah, only this hour, yes. I'll go through the kit with you in a second.
I'm just going down the other side of the strap.
Are you going down in the same direction, or did you just turn it round?
I turned it round and went back down the other way.
Oh, hello, Deb. Great demos today. Thank you, Deb. Nothing to do with me. I just stand here, don't I? I've cut out the 3 tops and a skirt for my business whilst enjoying the show.
Wow, that's good
Blimey.
going. That's good going.
That's brilliant.
Better than me,
I've cut out
'cause
3 tops and a skirt for my business. What are you making, Deb? What's your business? I had a business once. It was called Etiquette and Outrage, and it had all different dresses for different occasions.
Wow.
Ladies' dresses for different occasions.
You say you used to do wedding dresses as well?
Yes.
That's brave, I think. Anyone that makes wedding dresses, I think that's a brave.
Oh, really?
Yes, because I imagine that brides are very exacting.
No, they are. But my package was a whole. Not only would I make their wedding dress, I'd get involved in the whole thing, and I'd be there on the morning and get them ready. I'd make sure the husbands had ordered all their clothes. I'd make sure everything like that was all involved. The only one mistake I made was I did this lovely wedding in Metheringham in Lincolnshire, and it was the vicar's daughter that was getting married, and the house was here, and then there was this lovely woodland copse. And the church was there, right? And I was going, oh, you don't need a horse and carriage, you don't need a car. We'll just put ribbons in the trees. I did one of those. Oh, we'll put ribbons in the trees and everybody will walk, parade. Got to the wedding day. It was the biggest storm you've ever come across. And the mud was like this deep down. So we then had to ring round the village, ring round Metheringham, going, you haven't got no car, you haven't got no car. And it was fine in the end, but she was soaking wet. So anyway, that was the last time I gave advice on things like that.
Yes.
But on the day I went round to the house, it was so beautiful and sunny, and the flowers were all out, and it was this little windy little lane to the church. It would have been so romantic just walking. With your picnic basket. Well, no, there was dinner afterwards. Didn't need to take a picnic out of it. But I'd always be there to make sure the bride, because a lot of it is like working with actors on film sets. A lot of your job at the beginning is just to keep them calm and to keep them happy.
Yes.
So if they know you're going to be there on the day to get them ready, and it's reassuring, and if anything goes wrong, and also they say never finish your wedding dress till the day of the wedding.
Oh, do they?
So you always put your last flower on, or you always put your last button on. You only leave that. You don't leave the whole skirt to put on, or you don't kind of put the sleeves in.
Just need to hem it.
Yeah. Just sit still.
How
or
long's
just pin
the train?
But they say just leave the last stitch on the wedding dress today. So I do all the traditions like that, and I'd be there, and I'd take her shopping for the foundation garments that she'd wear underneath, and all
full
that sort of
service.
stuff.
I like that.
Complete full service. Anyway, let's
Okay, so we have a strap.
Anna says I can do that at her wedding. I might be a bit old by then, Hannah. So will she.
Okay.
Right.
Now, on the pattern piece, you can, if you like, transfer all the markings. But what I found is that they're all in either half or whole inches.
Right.
So I thought they were quite easy to...
Can I just ask something? You've got...
So on the...
I wondered what the wadding was for.
So the wadding is on the back piece of the main body, front and back.
Yes.
And somewhere else. Is it on the side sections? I can't remember. Oh, on the base.
Oh, right. Okay.
So the base. So it's the front and back, and the base is where the wadding goes. The interfacing goes on pretty much the rest of the pieces. There's a few pieces it doesn't go on, but mostly.
But you get just to explain, you get your interfacing, you get your wadding in the whole bundle. So I'll go through it all in a second.
Just make sure on the interfacing that you cut out all the interfacing pieces at the same time, because it does fit in the from what you've been supplied with.
Square.
But you have to be careful. You can't just cut one piece and then go back and cut another piece. No. Lay them all out, make sure they all fit, and then cut them out.
Okay.
So
sorry.
Along the top, we're adding this tie section, which I've pre-sewn because it takes quite a long time to turn through. So you've got 2 of those, and you place those on the front. And you can see here, if you use, this is where your large square rulers comes in quite handy. Yeah. This is 1.5 inches from the top, and you sew 1 inch in from each side. So I'm just going to look at this measurement first and do 1.5 inches. Just going to fold that, because you don't want too much bow this side and too much on this side.
I hate it when my shoelaces do that, and you get
it's really annoying, isn't it?
And one's that long.
How does that happen?
The shoelace fairy.
Just fold that in half, so we've got a middle point. Hold on, that ruler's 12.5, so that's hurting my head. Let's put it on the cutting mat.
Good tape measure.
No, it's all right. I'll put it on the cutting mat, so I'll put one edge against the 10-inch.
Oh, okay.
And then. No, that does it. Where are we? 13, so 7.5.
6.5.
6.5.
It's right in the middle of that tulip.
There we go. 1.5.
So you put the centre of the strap in the centre of the square.
Of the square, and I've used the ruler to measure 1.5 inches. I've made sure that the 1.5 inch runs along the top of the bag.
Yeah.
Make sure your tulips are facing the right way.
Yes.
That would be very annoying. And pin that in place.
Now remember, all of this fabric comes within the kit. So in the kit for £44.95, you get that gorgeous, you get 1 metre of the tulip fabric, you get 1 metre of the pink spot fabric, you get 1 metre of the fuchsia pink solid, you get the interfacing, you get the wadding, you get the pattern, and you get the thread for £44.95.
All in there.
At the moment, we just have the pink one available. The sample's been made in a blue fabric, but we can't bring you that one at the moment, so it's just in the pink at the moment.
Gremlins in the system. So what we do next is you sew the tie onto the front of the bag in a rectangle in the middle.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it doesn't go right to the end.
It doesn't go right to the end, because if you look on this one, the way it's constructed, there's a gap. There's a little gap along here, if you can see that.
There you go.
So you're leaving this gap empty. And you can see on this one, almost, it's in a light coloured thread, the stitching is in a rectangle all the way around. So I'm going to do the same thing on here. So I've just marked on here 1 inch from the edge. So from here to where the pin is the inch that it shows on the pattern, and I've just secured with a few pins.
Yeah, and that's along. 1.5 inches down from there, but that tells you on there.
That shows you on there. Yeah. So I'm going to sew around the edges of that.
It's quite a nice little project to do, because there's lots of techniques, aren't there? And it'll be one of those, when you finish it, you kind of think, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it is good. And actually, one thing I forgot to mention is that when you sew the tie and you leave a gap for opening, you turn it through to the right side.
Yes.
That gap you leave for turning, they say to slip stitch closed, but actually you can enclose that. No, it's on the edge, unfortunately. Okay. But if you have that,
if you just pressed it here.
I've pressed it in nice and sharp. In here, so I've pressed that. That's the edge.
So you could do that stitching because you're going to top stitch it.
Because you're going to top stitch.
Yeah,
so don't leave your gap for turning here.
No.
Well, you can, but you'd have to slip stitch it closed. But if you put it in the middle, you can catch it in the next line.
But I also think something like this is going to be used over and over. If you've got your slip stitching here, there's more of a reason for it to catch.
Yeah, you're
Whereas
right.
if you've already done it there and it's machined down, then it's fine.
It's there. It's there. It's caught in. See, I'm doing it again. I'm humming to myself, and I don't realise I do that.
I was worried about it because you're in little short sleeves and it's freezing cold in here, isn't it?
It's a bit chilly.
Do you want to switch it off, Jay? No, switch it off, it's fine. No, just switch it off now because we're nearly done now.
Stitch along.
It's sorted, it's done.
And I've just, with the wadding or batting on the underside, I've basted that in place along the outside edge within sort of a...
Oh, yeah, so it doesn't move or anything like that.
Otherwise, it will have a life of its own.
I always called it wadding, and Rebecca, who was just on, she always calls it wadding as well.
Oh, yeah, that's the Australian thing in me, just calling it batting.
Oh, do you call it batting in Australia?
Yeah.
Because they do in America as well, don't they?
Yeah, it's odd, isn't it?
And what was the other thing she didn't like? Tacking and basting.
Basting. I think I use baste more often. I think I use the word baste more often than tack.
I do now, but I only knew it as tacking when I started. So.
Excellent.
So we're just attaching, really. What they've done is, it's a very clever design, isn't it? Because they could have just put bows that went into the side seam, but they've actually incorporated the whole line across the bag. So it's part of the design, and it's also got the function, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it gives the bag a little bit more structure as well.
Yeah.
Because the more stitching you put on something, it's like when you're quilting. If you do only a small amount of quilting stitches, it still keeps really soft. But the more you pack in, the more solid it becomes.
Now, the next question I was going to ask again, if you've got a walking foot, you'd use that on here, wouldn't you?
Yes,
because you've got your sandwiches, you've got your wadding underneath and everything like that. And even though you're just going very slowly in a straight line, if you had your walking foot on, it would be feeding it all.
Yes, it would. And when you say straight line,
today
it's not so straight.
It looks straight to me.
Don't look too close. Don't look too close.
No, right then. I'll get Timothy to, because he's got his glasses on. flying, he said. Timothy's the cameraman, by the way. He takes it in turns to camera and direct, just so you know.
Oh, multitasking. You like it?
But, well, jack of all trades, I like to think of, really. Master of none. Sorry. He's shaking his head.
So rude.
Okay, so we've gone round that.
Yeah, I've come round.
So
We'll
it's
just go
all
back to where...
sturdy in place. Now, notice you started a little way in. Do you always do that? Would you never start at the corner?
I think that's just habit, because if you are pivoting at corners, sometimes you might just start at the wrong place.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the top part put on. Next, you attach those straps. Again, following the pattern. I'll try and do this upside down.
Yes.
The straps go on. Make sure that your strap is like this and not accidentally twisted.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Because once you've done that, it's
back.
easy to not realise.
But even if you've done it at that end, that they're the right, you might have double twisted.
Accidentally.
Exactly. So you need to check.
Just make sure that you've gone like that. Okay, this one, the ends of the straps get caught in the bottom band.
In the section at the bottom.
So you have to make sure, and it shows you on the pattern piece, it's got a couple of little circles which are 1/2 inch from the bottom of the pattern piece, which would be, you could draw and mark with your pen your 1/2 inch.
Yeah.
But we know.
I'll just show you on the real bag here. These are the straps that are about to be attached. And as you can see, they're sandwiched in there, which is why you don't have to finish the edge off. They're sandwiched in that bottom section, which we've yet to put on. And then the strap's coming up like that. Now, you could do it... Oh, no, I was going to say that. Could you do it that way? I was going to say you could put it on the other way if you wanted to, and then the strap is just on... The stripe is just on the inside. Oh, Debs, she makes vintage clothes. Definitely not wedding dresses. Vintage style clothes. Oh, how lovely, Deb. Well, I'll have to look at your website. Right, sorry.
That's all right. So we're going... These are 2 inches in from here.
Yeah.
And I've forgotten the other measurement. Is 2 inches from the bottom.
2.5 or 2 inches?
2 inches. It shows the placement line for the straps, but you're matching up those circles.
Oh, yes,
and those
of course,
circles are half
off.
So that was 2 inches, so that's there. And I've put the ruler again along the length of the bag, so it's straight, so that you know you're putting your straps on, not, and I've exaggerated.
Yes.
Not at this angle, but straight.
Yes. But you've also made sure that when you started with this bottom section, even though you've followed your pattern, you've made sure that all your edges are absolutely straight as well, so you can measure from them and to do things like this.
Yeah, that helps. Being bag making, well, all sewing is about being precise, but bag making, I think it makes a difference.
Yes, oh, definitely.
If you're nice and precise. I'm doing this in a really awkward fashion.
Yes, I was going to say, pinning back to front.
Back to front. We're top stitching these straps in place, and we're stopping 1/2 inch from the bottom of where this tie is.
Okay, so on the finished one here, we're going to stitching all the way up here, but stopping 1/2 inch below the strap you've already sewn on there. So there's a 1/2 inch gap there. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'll repeat the same on this side. 2 inches.
So it's always good to double check.
Yes, I know. Make sure they're even.
Yes.
So I've gone 12.5 inch ruler and 2 inches.
Right, while you just pin that, I'll just show, somebody's asked to see just the inside the bag again. They missed the beginning of the show.
Oh yeah, there's a good few pockets.
Inside the bag, we have the pockets. So this is why it's supposed to be a picnic bag, but it could be a pool bag, a beach bag, or, like Victoria said, a brilliant baby changing bag, because you put a change of clothes in there. You can put roll your nappies up, put your wipes in there. Little, I don't know, what do you need for children that's a little and thin like that?
Spare clothes.
What would you put in that one there?
Any old bits and pieces.
Yes.
Sure, like creams.
Oh, yes, yes, ointments and everything like that.
Yeah,
and then another big section of bag at the front there. It's brilliant. Brilliant as a picnic bag, but also all the other uses you could use it for. Right.
So those are those are in place. The pattern suggests stitching on top of the stitching that you've just done before.
Oh, okay.
But I thought that felt a little bit messy and open to error.
Right.
Because you could go off and suddenly it looks really bulky. So I've actually stitched on the sample. I've stitched on the outside edge.
I do that automatically because otherwise you can have a flappy
Yeah, it would
bit.
flap out.
So let's stitch. I don't know if you can see it on this blue one. The stitching is there. They're saying on the pattern to stitch there, but then you'd have this flappy edge then, and you don't want anything to catch really, do you?
No, so I just decided. Executive decision.
Yes.
Let's stitch
But
it.
that's the whole joy of doing things like this. You can make decisions like that. You think, well, I don't want a stitching there. Or what you could do is if you would make it in a plain fabric, you could do a decorative stitch, you could do a zigzag stitch, do whatever you want, really.
Yeah.
Couldn't you?
Use a top. You could use a top stitching thread. Make it really chunky and obvious.
Yes, like it's meant to be there, or bigger stitch and things like that. Or do a blanket, after you've machined it, you could do a blanket stitch. You know what I mean?
Well, some machines do have a blanket stitch. This one does.
Yeah.
Which one was it? Stitch 13? Oh, no, 28, 29, 30. They're all blanket stitches.
So you can do all sorts of things.
Yeah. So when you get to the top, you pivot and go all the way across the top of the strap where you've marked.
But also, I think doing another machine like there gives it, because if you just had the one machine line and then another one on top of there, this way your weight is going to be dispersed more. If you've got just two lines of stitching, even though they're both double, I think with them being wider, it gives it more of a kind of substance to lift, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Especially if you've got plates and glasses in there.
Bottle of wine?
And a bottle of wine. No, that'd be in the chiller bag.
Oh, yes, true. Keep it cold.
Always makes me laugh when you watch the soaps and they've just got wine on the table, they're just pointing like, ooh, I want that chilled, you know. Be a bit warm by now, the Rovers.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Brilliant.
That's one side. Oh, needle up, that would help.
Oh, it's fallen down. No, it's fallen down. There you go.
Do the same for the other strap.
Have we got any news on the blue? Oh, we're working on it still.
I wonder what's happened to that.
Got 20 minutes left before into your time.
Oh, is that all we've got left?
Yeah.
Crikey O'Reilly.
You get on. I'll waft. I might do some wafting while you're sewing. This is the tulip fabric that you get a metre of. It's beautiful, isn't it? Now, the thing is, as I said before, it all comes in the bundle of £44.95. But you might have fabric at home that you think, oh, no, I'd much rather have a picnic bag in that. I'll keep that stash for something else. And because you've got a metre of it, really, really, a good piece of fabric, isn't it? So you got a metre of that, you get a metre of the spot on, and you get a metre of the fuchsia. Look at that. So those three fabrics together are just beautiful. But you might have a dark blue, a French blue at home. You think, oh, no, I'd rather do the straps in the dark blue, or I'd rather do the straps in a grey. That's your choice. You can do what you want because you know what you like with fabrics. You know you love to have them in the stash. Don't just get the fabrics. You get the pattern. You get the interfacing. You get the thread. And you get that, the wadding. I'll show you the still of that. I'll show you the still of that.
Okay, so with the straps on, the final part of creating the front or back of the bag, if you like, is to attach the, I can't remember what they call it, the base section, band.
Band at the bottom.
So the band just sits over the top.
Oh, okay.
And you edge stitch, top stitch that in
but
place
that'll be
along
incorporated
there.
into a seam, won't it?
That will later be incorporated into side seams and base seams. But once you've stitched across there, you then base that in place so that when you come to manipulate and add the sides on.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah. As we've only got 20 minutes left,
Yes.
shall we move on to a pocket?
We could do, but I need to do something else before we do.
You do that, I'll prepare a pocket.
Okay, then. The thread's gone. Okay, right. We can do the blue. We can do the blue, but I need to explain something. So you get a metre. I love this fabric. I'm so sorry they brought it so that this, you get a metre of the blue. Isn't that gorgeous? You get a metre. It's called teal and aqua, they call this. You get a metre of the spot, and you get a metre of the teal spectrum solid. Look at those three fabrics there. Don't they look gorgeous together? I love this one. So you get the three fabrics, a metre of each of the fabrics. You get the pattern. You get the packet of interfacing that you need. And you get the wadding. And you get the reel of thread. And you get a reel of thread, which I can't show you at the moment. But I'm not sure what colour thread you'll get. That's why I can't show it to you at the moment. I don't know what colour thread you'll get. But it'll be matching. It'll be matching. Obviously, we're not going to send you a purple one or anything like that. It will match in. If you're looking on the web, the image is wrong. The image is wrong on the web. This is what you get, plus a reel of thread. But I can't tell you. I don't know whether they'll send you an ivory or they'll send you a blue or a teal. We don't know what's going to come. There's been an issue. There's just been an issue, that's all. That's why we won't be able to bring this for you. So ignore the image on the web. We just wanted to bring it because we love this blue and teal mix so much. Right, OK, let's get back to Victoria because she's got lots still to show us.
Right, a quick note on something it says on the pattern. When you... Oh, that would help, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I turned over that hem, if you like, earlier.
Yes.
What it tells you to do then is to turn under 1/4 of an inch under here to make it neat.
Right.
But I find that really fiddly and time-consuming.
Yes.
So what I do is I just split it in half. It makes a slightly smaller hem, but actually
and
doing
where's that on the bag?
So these are called plate pockets. So these are the spotty pockets, the larger ones in here.
I don't think it makes any difference, does it, the
no,
size of the turning?
So that's what I thought is, again...
I'd much rather that.
That
That's
is
much
really
neater,
quick than going
yeah.
through and trying to find 1/4 of an inch on that you've just turned through.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's super quick. So you make 2 of these pockets.
So these are the plate pockets on the inside.
These are the 2, they're called plate pockets on the inside.
Or they could be change of clothes pockets. It could be a swimwear, sarong
magazine
pocket.
pockets.
Magazine pocket.
And you just top stitch those to create your pockets. So we've got 2 of those. Pretend that one's top stitch for a minute.
Yep.
So you've got 2 of those plate pockets.
Right.
On one of them, you attach a smaller pocket. Again, you use exactly the same technique for turning the hem in on this one. Do the double hem and top stitch that. The other one is the one that's almost like a bottle holder, if you like.
Yeah.
And that attaches to the other plate pocket and the bottle holder. Oh. This long piece here, which is piece number 18, I think, here. So that one attaches to your pocket along here. Not that one, it's a different one.
I've got a message from Jane in South Yorkshire. Great shows. If you make a baby... Pardon?
What?
Pardon, Jane, it's not that kind of show.
Not today.
If you make a baby, then you can put bottles, nappies, bibs, change of clothes and the baby's food. Keep up the good work. She means a baby's bag, not making a real baby. We're not going to make a real baby. But thank you, Jane. That's lovely. And then there was another message just came through. Christine, my love. Not yet. Christine, use waterproof fabric coating and make a baby changing bag. What a fantastic idea. The Odicoat from the 8 o'clock show, you could coat the fabrics inside and out. No, don't line it with a ruler. You could paint all your fabrics with the Odicoat for $14.95, and you can make it. That's brilliant because then it's wipeable, downable. Brilliant. Right. Okay. Sorry, Victoria.
That's all right. I'm just marking these large plate pockets are marked up accordingly. Rather than using a fabric marking pen, I'm just marking the position with pins.
Right. Is this for the bottle? For the cup holders, the tumbler holders?
Yes.
Wine glass holders, whatever you're taking on your picnic.
Yeah. So I'm just marking those on there. And you take your piece again, exactly the same process as we've done before, turning in that double.
But you've turned in both ends on this one.
Yes, these are both ends on this one.
Right.
And that goes, you've got some squares on the side of your pattern piece.
Yeah.
So you push.
They've thought of everything, haven't they? With this,
yeah, they have. They've been really thorough. Make sure that's straight.
Also, you're not just getting the option. If you don't want the picnic bag, you could make the pie cake case. You could make the utensils case. You could make, you could make any of those with the fabric, couldn't you? Just because we're giving you 3 metres of fabric, you could make any of those, really, couldn't you? If you think about it. I like the pie case best. I like pies. Are we going to go out for lunch again today, producer Hannah? Are we going to go out for lunch again? Yeah, right then. I'm really hungry today. So.
I am now. You've talked about food.
Sorry.
I had a good breakfast.
We're a bit late today. Normally, it's only because we've had a crisis today, but normally at 11:15, all the descriptions become about food or food colours or things like that. We're a little bit late doing it today. Right, what are you doing, sorry?
So on the pattern piece for piece number 18, it just gives you where the stitching lines are for this.
Oh, okay, yes. If you're sitting at home thinking, what on earth is she making? It's this in here. It's this kind of, I don't know what the technical term for it would be. Like a wobbly pocket, really. Look, we're making this.
Yeah, because it's not really a gusseted pocket.
No, it's not gusseted. It's not a bucket pocket. But it's like, you know when Sammy makes her pencil cases, it's like the bits you put the pencils through, but bigger for wine glasses. Sue says, morning, can you please tell me which model of sewing machine Victoria's using from Sue in Surrey? Ooh. Sue, it's the 540, I think,
540,
isn't it? 540, yes. The 540. If you go to the website, you can have a look. You can have a look at the 540 on the website. All the information's there. Lovely to hear from you, Sue. Oh, we've got another question coming through now. I haven't got a question yet, but...
it's coming. You can feel it in your water.
No, Hannah said she gets the difference between sending and sent.
So what I'm doing on here is I've attached both ends.
Okay.
And then I've transferred the markings from pattern piece 18 onto the long strip that's been hemmed at both ends. And I'm positioning that against the lines that I've transferred from piece number 17. And we're going to sew along that line.
Okay.
I'm just going to use...
11 minutes left of the show. Sorry, Victoria.
That's all right. Use your hero marker. You can use a fabric marking pen. Or you can use... your marking tool, just to draw a faint line that will give you enough of a guide to follow to stitch along.
Do you know what? I've always done that wrong then. I've always used this, and I've put tracing paper underneath, and I've used it like as a tracing wheel and marked it through. I didn't know you could mark, so it's literally marking your fabric.
Yeah, so that's just done a little indentation along the fabric. Use it a lot in quilting.
Yeah.
It's useful for all sorts of things, actually.
It's called the clover. How do you say that word then? Hera?
I would say Hera.
Hera. Hera. Can you see that? It's just like an ergonomically designed. I just thought it was a tracing wheel without the points.
A safety wheel.
Yes, a safety wheel. 595. Okay, I didn't get that message, Hannah, just so you know. Okay.
Ta-da.
Okay, so it's literally just an indent, isn't it?
Yes.
Jeanette, your message, was you saying, Jeanette? Jeanette, your message won't come through to us. The best way to get, because it's quite a long message apparently, if you just email it to studio@sewnquarter.com, studio@sewnquarter.com, and we'll get someone to answer you. Is it, what's it to do with? Oh, okay, yeah. If you email it, somebody from customer services will reply to your question. Are we double checking that they do it, don't they? Yeah. Right.
So I've marked those lines in the middle. So you now need to baste these edges.
Yes.
But you're stitching those 3 stitching lines in the middle.
Right.
And if you start and stop with a back stitch at either end, because if you think when it's on the inside of the bag, that gets a bit of a wear and tear where you're pulling against those pockets. So the top edge is more important to back stitch.
Right.
It's good practice to do it at both ends.
Right, now, the blue kit is slightly different to the image that's on the web. There's an issue with it on the web. You get the 3 meters of fabric, you get the wadding, you get the interface, you get the pattern, and you do get a reel of thread, but we're not quite sure what colour the reel of thread is at the moment. But it will match, don't worry, it will match, I promise.
Bright green.
Exactly the same as in your pink, but different fabrics, but just so you know. And I'm sorry about that. It was a big computer glitch, which hasn't really been fixed properly yet, but we wanted you to see the blue fabric because we loved it so much. Oh, you're actually going crazy for the blue, so I'm sorry we made you wait for that. It is beautiful fabric, though. Even if you don't use it to make that, you get a whole metre of that Joel Dewberry fabric. It's lovely, isn't it? So
really
now you're just doing one line of stitching then,
yes.
Up and down.
Up and down to the bottom. just go I tend to go one stitch off if I can, be that accurate, and back stitch.
Is there a reason you go one stitch off?
Just so that it's, I don't know if I can rationalise why I do that, but I like to think that it's gone off the end.
So it's not something you've been taught because if you go one stitch off the end, it'll do this, this and this. It's just Victoria's
No, I think it must
madness.
be a weird superstition.
Yes. It's funny how you have little things
that seems like a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a belt and braces, I don't know. And over and back and repeat the same thing. And with the other little pocket on the other side, that's applied just based around the edges, but there's a dividing stitch in the middle.
Yeah.
Which you don't have to necessarily... Is it one in the middle or is it... I can't remember how many lines
But the pattern tells you that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now, I just need to check something with all this mayhem that's going on backstage. I said from the beginning, swan on the top, legs on the bottom. Have I got tomorrow's menu? That's all right then, because we had issues with that yesterday as well.
Oh dear.
Not Hannah's fault. Wasn't Hannah's fault. Wasn't Hannah's fault.
She gets to keep a job.
Wasn't Hannah's fault. Producer Hannah, that is. It's called camping items. Did you know that? That doesn't say that on there. It's called the camping items sewing pattern. This. Where does it say that? McCall's Crafts doesn't say it on there. It's tall, size tall.
Size tall. Only tall people are allowed to carry picnic bags. How strange.
That's the blue fabric is called Bazaar. Bazaar fabric.
Bizarre.
How bizarre, how bizarre. From the Flora range by the Joel Jewellery. Really lovely, the blue one, isn't it? They call it eucalyptus though, but wouldn't have called eucalyptus blue, but there you go.
No, it's got more green in it, eucalyptus,
yes,
I think.
Yeah, it's a tree,
thinking
isn't
of,
it?
Yeah, thinking of
I know what
leaves.
they mean, because it's got that blue, when you see a eucalyptus leaf, it's a green leaf with a blue hue to it.
Well, you see, did you know that's why they're called the Blue Mountains in Australia?
No.
There's a range of mountains, or a selection of mountains in Australia called the Blue Mountains.
And it's because... Oh, that's Virginia, not mountains.
But it's because they're covered in eucalyptus trees, and they give off a blue hue.
And don't koala bears love them?
Koalas do love them.
Oh, just koalas, not koala bears.
Yeah, I know.
Every time you go to the zoo, when I was in San Diego last year, I went to the zoo, and the koala bears are always asleep.
Yes.
They never wake up.
Yeah, because I think the eucalyptus has got something in it. They eat a lot of eucalyptus, and the eucalyptus makes them a bit dozy.
I'm
yeah,
eating
pretty
eucalyptus.
much. Pretty much.
I burn eucalyptus oil in my burner downstairs. I'll have to be careful.
Do you sleep a lot?
Sorry?
Do you sleep a lot?
No, sadly.
So once you've done that, you will now get rid of all your threads.
Pins in your threads.
Pins in your threads. And then your lining has been reinforced with your iron-on interfacing.
Which is why you're saying it's important, cut all your interfacing pieces out at the beginning.
In one go.
So that you know you've got them all out.
Yes.
Right.
And then when that's ready, you then baste around the outside of that, and that makes one half of the lining.
So now the glass, they've got no bottoms in them, those. They go right the way. Oh, no, I see. So there's
like
space.
Sleeves.
Yes. So if you did little if you took children, you could have little bottles of fruit juice and things like that in there, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Karen, my love, you have, ring the number, 0800 112 4433, they'll help you. If you're having issues putting it in your basket, just ring the call centre, they'll sort it out for you.
Okay.
Right,
so then your other pocket, have we got time?
Yeah, keep going.
How many dividers
Got
did
5
we put
minutes.
on?
What do you need?
I couldn't remember how many places this pocket was divided in. Oh, they've done that in several places.
Right.
Or let's top stitch that one first. So then
Right, check out your basket if you put the blue one in it. Check out your baskets with the blue one in it.
Oh, to go from nothing to
Oh, and the fish from earlier, lots of you
again.
still with that in your basket. Sorry.
That's all right.
The fish from earlier, make sure you check out your baskets. Also, don't forget your Odicoat. Check out your basket for that as well. So many baskets going on today, aren't there?
So with this second pocket, it's got this little one. On the pattern, it said four dividing lines.
But that's where you could make it personal to you, really.
Yeah, like you were saying with Sammy, how she does little pockets for pens. You could do individual pockets for knives and forks.
Yes.
So you can have your knives and forks in, or your Sudoku pen, if you're sitting by the pool with your Sudoku book.
Oh, no, I don't do Sudoku. I don't understand it.
But, yeah, it's you make it how
you make it how you want it. Yeah, if you're going to make it
be.
into your pool bag, you know you want your sunglasses maybe in one. You want all sorts of things. Phone.
Yes, slip your phone in.
Slip your phone.
Slip your phone in. So let's.
Oh, that's the Odicoat there, £14.95. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
Oh, I love it.
Now, if you missed the 8 o'clock show, turn onto the web now, and in literally 6 minutes' time, the 8 o'clock show will start again, and you can watch me doing demonstrations, putting my apron on, getting all over my fingers and everything.
I was doing that yesterday, watching the 8 o'clock show at...
Say that again?
I was doing that. I was watching the 8 o'clock show at 12 o'clock the other day.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
This is it. This is the tub. First time we had it back in a while. It sold out the first time it was on. So many of you wanted it back. And as somebody just suggested, I can't remember who it was now, saying you could coat your fabrics, these fabrics, in this and make it into a baby changing bag, and then it makes it wipeable downable. It's a technical term, that, wipeable downable.
Wipeable downable.
Yep.
We've all said that.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, Yeah, yes, I was going to say bring them over this side rather than go flexes. I'll just tidy it up very quickly. So how many pockets are you making in that one then?
So I've just divided this one into 2.
Brilliant. Oh, just 2?
Just
so you've
into
got sandwiches in yours then?
Yes. And a little book.
And which book? Jackie Collins. So they're your 2 lines, yeah, basically your 2 linings, aren't they? This side with the pocket behind there and the... Oh, sorry, wait for you. The pocket behind there, and you've got the glasses or the little bottles you could put in there, or tumblers or anything. So take the kids' little tumblers for their drinks, or the plastic cups. And then on that side, you've got your big pocket at the back there, and then you've done 2... do you want me to put that one forward? Your 2 individual pockets there.
I've just done 1 line of stitching down the middle. Got 2 different pockets.
Okay, Hannah's now having, I've only got a minute left and I haven't shown the bundles, use the Install-Bright and put beers in there and keep them cold. That's Hannah's tip, not mine. Let me take you through the 2 bundles very, very quickly. What you do is you get 3 metres of fabric in each bundle. This is the pink tulip bundle here. You get 1 metre of the fuchsia, you get 1 metre of the spot-on, and you get 1 metre of the tulip. You get the pattern, you get the interfacing, you get the thread, a reel of thread, and you also get the wadding, right? So that's the pink one. And the blue one, I won't show you all of the bits because I can do this. The image on the web is wrong, but you get 1 metre of each of those fabrics. The teal, the blue spot on, and that gorgeous, gorgeous bazaar fabric. You get the pattern, you get the interfacing, which have just dropped on the floor, and you get the wadding for £44.95. And you'll get thread as well. Please check out your baskets. Coming up tomorrow. Tim and Chula at 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock, kids' summer wardrobe. This is me tomorrow. This is all news to me. 10 o'clock, sweet themes. And 11 o'clock, aprons for all. Janice is in tomorrow with the pink hair. Victoria, thank you so much. I'm sorry we didn't get through and you just sit there and finish it off.
No, it's a weekend project.
Okay, exactly. If you missed the 8 o'clock show, make sure you now start watching the web so you'll be able to see all about the coating and everything like that. It's just fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your messages. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Take care. Have a lovely day.
Sewing Quarter is at the very heart of sewing as we bring you all things sewing and quilting. The team behind us live and breathe sewing day to day. We strive to bring you exclusive offers, exciting live demonstrations, and most importantly, we will custom cut fabric to your specification in our very own cutting room. We will also be bringing you TV exclusives that you won't be able to find anywhere else. So come and join us today at the Sewing Quarter.
Welcome to the Sewing Quarter!